Well, good evening, everybody. Dan Cochimilio here with Ryan Smith, known now as West Coast Smitty. How you doing,
They
Ryan?
call they call me Rebrand Smith. I'm trying to rebrand at least once a week from here on out.
There you go. Just kind of like about how I move all over the place, and no one can think I'm just kind of hiding from the feds or something. Just kind of like the secret. What is it? The protective services. I'm just kind of moving all over the place. So yeah, so senior softball game says, "What's up, fellas?" And hey, senior softball game. Spencer Stewart says, "Hey, Dan and Rye, yeah, Let's get to 400. Let's get to 400. We need more subs." So yeah, we started late. That's right, Spencer. I'm lazy. That's right. I'm stinking lazy. Yep. I'm learning to be like Larry. I'm just being lazy. Started late. Yeah. Actually, I decided to move out here into the family room. I've been in the studio, and it's just been the stinking chair is just killing my back and my piriformis. I went and had a massage today. I said, "Jim, man, just crank on that piriformis and just loosen that thing up." I said, kind of like you beat a piece of meat, what do they call it? Tenderize it or something. I said, this muscle's just been acting up, man. I'm just so sore. So I got to get a new chair. And hey, Rye, you'll love it. I'm going to get me a boom mic. I'm going to stand.
Oh, a boom stand?
A boom stand, whatever you call it.
Oh,
yeah,
you got to do it.
I'm going to start standing. Yeah.
Dude, you should definitely consult me. I know I can get you all ergonomically fit. I mean, what you need, I feel like, is maybe a standing desk. And even if you have a desk, you can still get like these standing desks. You like just put it on top and it'll be the same color, and it's nice. And then there's like a place to put your computer, and then there's just little switches on the side, and you just press them, and then it raises. So then if you ever need to stretch your back or you just need a stand. My girlfriend has a mini treadmill that when she studies, she just pops it into a standing desk and just gets some calories in. Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, on that subject, not to hijack and immediately derail, but I did see a photo floating around Twitter of Vin Diesel, and he was like in a tank top at the Lakers game. And he was like, he's looking pretty Vin Diesel, like, maybe 15 pounds overweight, but also kind of jacked. But he was just like walking around like with his shoulders super forward. And then I'm always like, fuck, I always feel like my shoulders end up forward because I'm always like leaning over and in this position. And then I saw like all of these definitely not licensed physical trainers or anything, but everyone in the comments was like, oh, he's got to do some face pulls. And then I found a thread, and it was like, oh, what to do if you're starting to have a rounded back. And it was like talking about all the face pulls and all the reps you needed to do. I've been hitting these freaking face pulls just sight unseen. I'm just going based off the Twitter comments, and I'm just hitting these face pulls every day. It does feel pretty good, but also I'm definitely going to injure myself.
Does your back feel more like straightened, a little bit more your neck and stuff?
It does. Well, I have these disturbing sort of like inside here, like from my, like, what do you call that? Trap?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing these exercises too. They told me to do those, and I forgot. The physical therapist at the car, like, I'm supposed to be doing these squeezes because I've had some pretty, neck stuff. I avoided surgery here, but
okay, this is just, I immediately derail again, but have you ever been to a Korean spa?
Korean spa? No.
Okay, so my girlfriend on Valentine's Day was like, all right, you know what we're doing? We're going to a Korean spa when she visited me up in the Bay Area. And it was some place in like San Leandro. And apparently they have them all over LA. But we found like this one with the best reviews. And we thought it was going to be this romantic, like maybe couples massage and stuff. I'm talking, we immediately get separated. It's like I'm with just a bunch of old naked dudes. She's with a bunch of old naked chicks. It's just a bizarre atmosphere. People are just jumping in naked into tubs and out of tubs and cold tubs and shriveling up and getting out. And then the massage wasn't even a massage. It was these dudes that were like in like basically like Speedos, a couple of Asian gentlemen who were good at their job. I just didn't know what I was getting myself into. but they had me get just completely naked, like while like, you know, everyone's out there. Like it's just like, it's not like closed off at all. And they just scrubbed me down. They just took it was like I was in a car wash, but for my body, they just scrubbed my body until I could just slip around and slide anywhere. And it was just so uncomfortable because I'm just like naked out. But yeah. All right. Good.
Graves says,
I did not get a happy ending. Although I did feel a little. Yeah.
Oh man, I think I would have run. I would have run if I would have been in front of dudes doing that, man. That would have been weird. Car wash. That's a great description.
Oh, it was. I was in a car wash, and when you're like stuck in a car wash, like what are you gonna do? Like I had all the suds all over me.
Yeah, you
like,
can't back out.
No, and it was painful. I've never they ripped off my skin basically. But yeah, okay.
Goodness. Yeah. So anyway, Rise said, or MF said earlier, where did it go? He asked me, is it worth? And we're getting to the Celtics heat here. We're just kind of, you know, we like to just reminisce, talk, you know. But is it worth? I can't find the comment. There it is. Is it worth getting Giants season tickets for playoff games? Not yet. No, because then you're stuck. So, I mean, still many people don't go to the Giants games during the weeknights, and they're hard to get rid of those tickets. If they keep moving and rolling and winning games, and they start being fun again, like they have looked the last couple weeks, you know, it could be worth getting a package. Because you can make money on your playoff tickets. Plus, I'd love to go to playoff games. But I don't know. We'll see. I just don't like the way they stuck it to so many season ticket holders this past year with leaving those guys, season ticket holders, you know, while they undersell us for all these other games.
They sold you on a couple's massage, and instead you're just getting your skin ripped off by another dude.
Yeah, exactly. So, what'd you think of tonight's game, man? I was like expecting the Heat to put up a strong effort. I did not expect them to blow them out. I thought they could win. If they won, I thought it would be like kind of tight, but Boston, I mean, they just looked flat. And Miami was, Tatum's injury the first minute didn't help.
Doesn't help. But it's also, please save it with the excuses. Like the Celtics kind of rolled over tonight. That was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
Hero. I was deemed. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about like Boston fans. I personally don't really have much against them because obviously growing up, I don't know. I feel a little bit of a kindred spirit with Boston as kind of like they've got New York, Bay Area has LA. You know, it's kind of the flashy buy all the championships sort of thing versus the more homegrown teams. But I mean, ever since last year and all the like Boston media members, I've been so triggered by it. So I got so nervous because I really thought that Boston was going to come back. And even after once they weren't swept, I was just like, I mean, it's just one game at a time. And this Heat's team is not that good. And Vegas told you that. They were freaking
right.
They were like 5-point favorites in Miami, and they were like 7 tonight.
Right.
But ultimately, I mean, I don't know. They're going to blame the coach, which I hate because if they ended up coming back and it was this historical like 04 Red Sox BS, it would have been just a love fest for Tatum and Brown and blah, 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 Derek White. It would have been no love given to the coach. They would have said it was in spite of the coach. And now it's going to be all on the coach. And to some extent, yes. But I just think this Boston team kind of lacks. They kind of
and I thought I really thought the plan by Spoelstra was just amazing. The fact that, I mean, he just shut him down defensively. Miami switched everything. They were not letting him, penetrate, cutting off lanes. They were just, boxing out. They were just so much more prepared to play. And Spoelstra is, probably the best coach, him and Kerr, I think, in the league.
I mean, yeah, seriously. I mean, this is, and like, what a gift wrapped. I mean, I don't want to like jinx it, but like, this is kind of a gift wrapped championship for the Nuggets. Like, everything just played out so nicely.
I think so. I just changed my mic position. Does it sound any different, or is it pretty clear?
Sounds good.
All right,
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So, I mean, Nuggets now have the home court. Miami's going to travel. Today's what, Monday? They start Thursday. So the only thing that is good about the series for Miami is that the second game's not till Sunday. So basically 2 games in the next 6 days. So, it'll be interesting to see how it all turns out. I think it'll be a Nuggets in 5, probably. I think Nuggets win the first 2, go get 1 in Miami, and then come home and win it on their floor in game 5. That'd be my guess.
5?
That'd be my guess. It could go 6. I don't know. I mean, Miami's a resilient team, and Spoelstra is really good. I just think Murray is so good, and Jokic, and then you got Porter, and then Gordon, and then they just have so much guys that are really kind of entering their prime, about 27-ish. That seems to be the magical age, like 27 to 28, right in there, where guys start really, hitting. It's kind of what
their
the Warriors
stride, their
were.
potential.
Yeah, I mean, that's really where Steph was. Steph was what, 27 roughly? Let's see, it's been 9 years, and he's 35. Yeah, so 26, I think Steph was. So they start really kind of hitting that, and then the Nuggets have been kind of bouncing, pounding on the door for the last few years, but then injuries have derailed them.
You know what I'm going to hate though is if the Nuggets do win like 5 and they're just dominant, I'm going to hate any sort of stupid revisionist crap about, oh, well, and then the Nuggets probably would have won it the year before if Murray was back.
Yeah, you can't go in there because it just injuries happen. Injuries happen. They're part of the game. I mean, so we'll see. But I don't know. Do you think this does anything for the Jaylen Brown talks of maybe Wiggins for Brown or anything like that, or Wiggins Poole?
Yeah. I mean, sort of like, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I can relate. So I can't quite figure out like what is a good comp, but like I understand the psychology of the Boston fans where they've babied Tatum for so long. He's been, he made it to, he was dunking on LeBron in a conference finals at 19 years old. And that's always the joke is like, oh, he's only 19. And like they so badly want him to be the guy that just takes it and like wins MVPs. And like you saw flat, I mean, he had 50 in a game 7. Like he has the ability. They want it so badly that they just have put on kid gloves anytime they're talking about him. And with Jaylen Brown is a total dog. He was not great tonight, but they love to just put all of the everything bad. They like to put it on Jaylen Brown, and they also minimize the good that Jaylen Brown does. Like he's always kind of just like, oh yeah, Jaylen Brown played good, blah blah blah. So I don't know. If I was Jaylen Brown, I'd be feeling some type of way, especially the way the last 2 years ended. They're going to have to make some serious changes. Like I think in terms of just like contracts and everything. And I mean, maybe coach also. And
can we get Robert Williams for the Warriors? That would be awesome.
Oh my God. For like, except for, just not play him until the playoffs. But Jaylen Brown, I don't know. I feel like he probably feels pretty disrespected. Like, I mean, he was in rumors this summer for KD. Like,
Right.
they haven't fully embraced him. I'd love if the Warriors got Jaylen Brown, but I don't think they could give up Wiggins to do it. Wiggins is a made man. He feels so new, but like he's a made guy. Like
I
he's
love
been
Wiggins,
dogged.
but isn't Wiggins and Brown pretty much the same position?
But then, so
3,
like, why do it?
4? Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
And Wiggins'
the Warriors.
contract is excellent.
Oh, 24 mil for 4 years, more years. That's so friendly. I
I know.
Pool's making more.
That's what I said. Like, no one was engaging with that, like at the beginning of the year when we were on the Krug show. And like, I kind of just, I stopped asking it because then I just started thinking it was probably some contract thing I didn't understand. But it was just, I didn't understand how it was possible that Poole got more in his extension than Wiggins, who was just the second best player on the title team.
Yeah, I don't know. How many more years does Steph have? 4, I think. 3 or 4?
I think he has 3.
I think it goes to the 26-27 season. So next year's 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26. I think he's got 4. I hope he has 4. I mean, and I don't see Clay getting any kind of, no way he gets a max. I don't know what kind of deal, team-friendly deal he would accept if they give him that, but they're going to have to do that for him and Draymond. Maybe Steph's only got 3.
I think it's only 3, but I'm checking. I also don't know what aren't they like kind of screwed next year because of some crazy cap stuff?
Yeah, it's new CBAs kind of. Yeah.
Thank God for Looney just being the boy at 75 or 7.5. I'm trying to see. Okay, I don't really know.
Oh, Monty Williams going to the Celtics. That would be a good move, I think. I could see that.
That's what people are saying.
That's what Eric L's saying. He would be good for them. I don't know. It's
so the only 2 people they have under contract in 06-07 are.
I mean, 26,
well, I think
27?
Curry can opt in. I think Curry can opt in, but the only 2 people they definitely have on the books are Andrew Wiggins at 30 and Jordan Poole at 34.
For 4 years from now?
Yeah.
So Curry signed through 25, 26?
Yeah, with an option. I think he can opt in still the following year.
Yeah, that might be. I wonder if that would be close to his last year, and if the team is just like falling off the rails. He's like, I'm going to go to Charlotte.
Just for the love of God, please don't do the final year in Charlotte or whatever.
Yeah, he might. You never know. I hope he retires a Warrior. That would be. I mean,
he definitely has to.
I mean, he could run for mayor and win in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Man.
What if someone just actually did that? A player, just a beloved player, just actually did that the second they retire. Like LeBron just goes right to Cleveland, becomes the mayor.
Oh yeah, and he definitely.
Yeah. Oh, MF wants to know if you still text with Sable. I too want to know if you.
I haven't reached out to him, for probably since spring training. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just see how he's doing. Hopefully they didn't get all the wind. They probably got wind earlier in April when I was just shredding the team.
You think?
I mean, I was pretty hard on them, but they deserved it. They were awful. But I've also been very honest.
You've motivated them, Dan.
Well, the whole thing is been the resurgence started with Casey Schmidt and Patrick Bailey, and other guys are stepping up now, and it's just good to see. Conforto's hitting, Haniger's hitting, Crawford got 3 hits today, which was great. Love to see him, make a resurgence and hit if he can hit 250, get that average up 250, hang around, play solid D, it just helps the team all the way around, because he's not going to play every day. He's probably going to be resting 2 to 3 times a week, most likely. But they just got to find a spot for Schmidt, whether that be third, short, second, DH. There's basically 4 positions for Casey, but I like him in the field somewhere because wherever you put him, he makes your team better defensively.
Well, this is what I just didn't understand about last year is like, why not just bring up the young guys and just see what they have? Like, what are the downsides except for ruining like their confidence or something? Because it's like, I do feel like the way they manage the ball club, like, I mean, they have pretty interchangeable parts. Like, yes, they have like a few guys that are on a higher level, but for the most part, like all these marginal players, I don't, they're all just kind of the same. So like, why not why not at least bring some juice to the ballpark instead of like continuing to sign these like retreads and like value plays that are.
And I think that's the goal. These guys, these free agents, and that's why a lot of these guys have been signed to, 1 year opt out, 2 year contracts with an opt out, so that they're not long term, so they can bring in some of these younger guys. We'll see. I mean, I think Haniger's though got a 3-year deal, and I don't think he can opt out until after the second year. I think something like that. But anyway, what do we got in the chat? Oh, okay, getting tired, huh?
Oh, are you in did you have like a food, like a massive Memorial Day food situation?
I barbecued some burgers, and then I had a little bit, put some potatoes on the grill, and then I actually ate probably more tonight than I have in a month. I've lost 15 pounds since mid-April.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm down a bit myself.
There you go. Yeah, I just got to get a little bit more. I need about I'd like to get 20 more. 20 more in. I want to get, or maybe 18. I want to get down to 175.
That would be sick. Was that like your college weight?
Yeah, that's pretty much actually, no. I was like, you wouldn't believe how much I was only like 155 in my early 20s. And I was a rail. I was like, I thought for sure I'd never, have a belly at all, because I was just so hyper.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
It just comes so gradually, and then all of a sudden you see a picture of yourself and you're like, wait, that doesn't look like me anymore.
Yeah. It's easy to do if you keep eating all the heavy stuff. I've learned that certain things I got to stay away from. So, but it's basically sugar is the worst part. And yeah. So what do you guys think of Jimmy G flunking his physical? Did you hear about that?
Oh my
the Raiders?
God. I just feel
Wouldn't it be crazy,
guy, man?
I had this thought today, Rye. I thought, what happens if he flunks and the Raiders can cut him at any time now? Is the way the contract reads. And so let's see, he comes back from his surgery. Hold on, my battery's running low. Hold on. Let me get something real quick. I might end up losing the whole thing.
My pediatrician is prediction. Okay, yeah. Graves says we're done talking Jimmy G. I think that's fair. I just there's been so much time talking Jimmy G. I just feel so bad for the guy. Like he's just gotta get on a team, for the love of God. Just end this thing. I see MF
Jimmy G. What happens if a bunch of Niner quarterbacks go down and Jimmy G becomes available? He comes back next year. Oh gosh!
I guarantee that. I'll tell you this much: there's going to be at least like 40 provocative YouTube videos made with Jimmy G and the Niners being in the title. Whether or not there's any credibility to it. Okay, wait. Let's talk a little bit about the Giants team, though.
Yeah.
So one thing, I got to say, I've not. I haven't been super locked in. I'm still pretty busy with the old Captain Ahab, but I'm going to be. I decided once I get back home from LA, I'm at like it's been this great celebration. My girlfriend graduated law school. I've been down here for a week.
Awesome.
So when I get back, I'm gonna dive right into
Hey.
the Giants, and I'm just gonna start doing like I'm gonna just play the highlights from every game to start and just react to that and just develop some super inaccurate and heat of the moment takes about everybody on the team just based off how they do in the highlights. Dan, are you meaning to try and talk, or do you have the cough button going?
No, I just had the cough button. Yeah, I was getting Buster to move off the. We trained him to get off the area rug because he likes.
Okay, well, so I want your thoughts on Lamont Wade because I think the Giants, like if they could have, one victory lap they can definitely take is Lamont Wade looks like a different player this year.
Yeah,
I think he's got the highest OBP on the team, which is
he's
that's
like
why
it's up near the league leaders.
Yeah, which is like why you bat him first. I know we did a lot of shit. There was a lot of shit talk about like what the hell is this guy doing, blah 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 blah. But honestly, that was one thing I did. I think I only was on like one show talking Giants with you and Lair and this year, and I was just if you're trying to be positive, you never know with Wade because he did have the knee thing all of last year, and I just have a hard time believing he was such a dog that first year. It would just be real sad if
I was played his interview the other night. I actually put that that compilation video that you put together. I played it on our channel the other night.
Oh, sick.
The one with and then when Wade came up, it just reminded me how cool he is. He's like, I wear the same socks, everything. I'm same foot, nothing changes. I'm like, dude, man, if you get a hit like in 8 straight games, the socks are gonna stink like crazy. And,
I know. So I was like, damn, I don't have any sports content. I'm gonna start just chugging away at the sports content, but I'm also at the point where it's like I'm applying because I'm moving back down to LA. So like I'm applying for jobs and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? That we made that video to send like as a promo to the Giants when we were trying to do stuff with them.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I'll put that on the channel, just at least have a little bit of sports. And then plus I could direct people on like cover letters and stuff to that just to show that I'm not like a complete like psychopath or something.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I need to start dropping like I need to work on my hot takes.
There you go.
I need to go in the hot take lab, Dan.
Hot takes. Let's see. We can do a show on hot takes. I put 50. I put 50 down today on the Giants winning the National League West plus.
Oh, I've got money on it too.
Plus 1,600.
Let's go. That's going to make it hurt way worse.
Yeah.
What do you think's more likely? That at any point this year they are 10 games above 500, or at any point they're 10 games below?
The way they're playing now, I would say 10 above, because I really thought this was a 500 team at best 3-4 weeks ago. Well, even as little as just a few days ago, I said this still looks like a 500 team. But I've seen something since this road trip that showed me that they're not just winning games; they're winning them convincingly. And so to me, I mean, they played an ugly game in game 3 on the road trip against Minnesota, and then they turned around and went to Milwaukee and won the first 3. That's a sign of like what Miami did. They lost a heartbreaker, and you think like, oh my goodness, they were a 10th a second away from going to the NBA Finals. Now they got to go back to Boston for game 7. Oh man, how and they just pulled together, and that's a sign of a really strong group of guys and the coach. So maybe you have to give Kapler some credit here.
Well, yeah, I mean, a perfect example of the opposite of that was like last year, right after the trade deadline, after the All-Star break, when they played that series in LA, and I think they lost all 4, and it was just like the season was over, basically. Like they just kind of rolled over.
Right.
So
Last year. Yeah. So I think the infusion of some youth, some new guys that are playing every day. What I like about the team now is you've got 4 for sure everyday players in the infield, and JD Davis and Casey Schmidt and Conforto and Haniger in the outfield. So there's 4 everyday players, and I think Bailey's becoming an everyday player. So you have 5
how about
guys
that? I was not expecting that. That's another one I need your takes on. Because treat me like I'm because right now I'm basically the casual fan. I'm not locked in like I normally am. I'm like the casual fan that's like really starts getting into the Giants series like right about this time, or the Giants season, like right after
and
the NBA
Estrada, Mark
Finals.
Gray. I
Oh,
forgot
Estrada.
Estrada.
Okay,
I forgot
Estrada
Estrada.
is so sick. He last year he was the best player on the team.
Yeah, and he's probably right up there this year. My fault. I totally forgot Estrada because he's not playing right now, so I wasn't thinking about him. But yeah, Estrada is definitely. So they've got 5. Okay, infield: Davis, Schmidt, and Estrada. There's 3 guys you pencil somewhere in the lineup every day, and then you pencil Conforto and Haniger, and it looks like Bailey. That's 6 of your 9 that, that's teams like the Dodgers, the Braves, the Cardinals, the Phillies, the Mets, all these playoff teams last year. That's what you're looking for. Giants had last year, if we go back, just flip the clock backwards last year, they had Estrada and Crawford, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was the only 2 guys you could play every day. And the rest, it was just like crapshoot. Okay, they're just going to throw out these guys. And then, oh, wait, this guy's out. Well, we'll just bring up Papirski or Pablo or Stewie Fairchild for a few games. Dixon Machado.
By the way, last time I was on, I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago, I impulsively ordered a few hats. And then I immediately tried to cancel them, and they would not accept the cancellation. So I guess they've arrived to my house. I've got now a number like 70 Papirski hat, and I've got a Bruce Bochy Texas Rangers hat.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good solid investment.
I just ordered a couple hats a couple days ago. I got me a new Niner hat that Buster chewed up. My best Niner hat, my Jim Harbaugh black hat with the 49er logo in there. But let me see if I can pull these up here. I'll show you. They should be arriving next week or this coming week.
Yeah. Also, wait. Great point. Where somebody said something.
Check those 2 hats out. What do you? Can you see those? Look at that.
Oh, just a clean white and a clean. Oh, I like it.
And a Niner, it's a cream.
I was gonna go
perfect. White. Yeah.
You're anticipating like getting like pretty some good color this summer in Arizona, and it's just
and then it goes good with my white Crocs,
Dude, yes. By the way, my girlfriend, nicest human being on earth. It's her graduation weekend, and I'm totally complaining because I'm those Crocs that I think I definitely wore those when I visited you in Arizona. I started wearing them every day. It actually got weird. Like I was wearing them to every day working at the Niners. I just became a full-blown Crocs guy. And I finally broke the strap. And my girlfriend, not a day later, she just ordered me a brand new spanking pair.
Awesome. Hey, I just slipped these on. These are the best Crocs I've ever had. These ones.
Okay. You want to talk Crocs?
These ones have the not the big holes, but the little. These are so comfortable. Oh man, I got a blue pair.
Those have the same sole as the ones that I have, like the extra squishy awesomeness. It's like you're walking on a cloud.
These things, I'm telling you, I should get Crocs on here. If I had enough subscribers, man, I would have Crocs as my advertiser
for free.
Yeah, hold on, let me get my blue ones. Hey, babe. Could you reach those? For me, I'll end up leaving the screen here. I'm selling
Yeah,
Crocs.
I got to go grab my crispy new Crocs. Give me
Crocs.
1 second.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Those ones right there. Hey, you want to model the NorCal Sports Network shirt? You want to come and model? Show the yellow shirt for the. My wife's camera shy. I can't show her. She's too pretty. Everybody will get upset. She's a beauty. Those are dirty. My wife didn't like me showing the white ones. They were kind of dirty, huh? Yeah. Are Crocs better than flip-flops? Yes, totally. Do they get hot in the sun? Not really. Here's the blue ones. Check these out. See? They have different styles. These ones are the most comfortable of the other style. Let me grab the other style. What do you got
how
there?
How crispy and clean these are.
Oh, those are those are the ones you were wearing down here.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They're just a brand new replacement.
Oh, wow.
They're just so nice and squishy.
What do you got inside there? Those are sick.
Look at that insole. Wait.
Yeah, those are comfortable. Where'd you get those? Those aren't the.
These are kind. They kind of look a little bit like Yeezys.
Yeah,
but they're Crocs.
Yeah, these are pretty comfortable inside too. They got a good cushion.
Oh yeah, I think it's the same
Light
deal.
Ride. They're these are the lightest shoes.
Yeah, Light Ride. Yeah,
they're so light. Is that what you got, Light Ride?
I think it's like this. Yeah, I think it is the same Light Ride material. Yeah, Crocs is just elite. Just waiting, Dan. I still haven't gotten there, but you know, you can get those like little trinkets that you put in. Oh yeah, you've got a trinket. Wait, is that a trinket?
That's stuck on there. I did order a trinket the other day because my order. I just ordered 2 more pair for some kind of like some sandals because these it's kind of hot. It's 100 degrees here in the summer, so I wanted some sandal ones, and I was at $49, and they said free shipping for $50, and it was $8 shipping. I'm like, dang, I'm not buying another pair of shoes. I bought 2 pairs because they were out of sale on yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to find a trinket, and I'm like, I need a cheap trinket. I got me
Do you get a Giants?
No, a yellow lab for Buster.
Aww.
So whether I wear it or not, I don't know, but maybe I'll stick that one on. I've never worn it. Wait, I got my grandson some. He's 4. I got him a couple of trucks, and I got a basketball and a football trinket. So he's got one for each shoe. He's got a basketball on one and a truck on the right, and then he's got another truck and a football on the left. So,
very cool. You know, somebody said something about Posey. That it is funny because and then somebody else said,
Graves wants to know if they're plastic. No, they're kind of. What would you describe them? They're kind of rubber, right?
Yeah, they're kind of like a unique rubber. Like it's like Croc rubber. I don't really know what, but they're
not like
also
Trojan.
Just great because
no.
But also I'll wear them to the gym. Like if I'm going in the disgusting steam room at the 24, that's just pretty gross. I can just rock my Crocs and they just wash off quickly. But yeah, Spencer Elsie's right. No matter what the Giants do, people will still hate on Farhan and Gabe. And to that point, now what's kind of good is if you are one of those people that likes to hate on them, and it's just fun to be a hater. So we can't all be haters, in every other part of our lives. So it's fun to be haters in sports. And now you have the excuse of if they do well, you can just say, "Oh, see, Buster Posey, man, that guy making all the difference."
Graves wants to know if they're unisex. Yeah, though they are kind of unisex. They can. They show the same pair for women and men, but you can go to an outlet mall, Graves. They have a Crocs store at the Glendale near the Cardinal Stadium. Westgate. Yeah, Westgate has them. If you want to go into the store there, or you can get them. They have online Crocs on. I would suggest for your
Memorial Day deals online.
Yeah, first pair I would go in and try them on.
Yeah.
Because you want to
Although
get your
I
size,
will
get
guarantee
your
these
size
is
right.
just.
I didn't see how much those ones are probably $100 each, huh?
Oh,
A pair.
they're kind of up there. I think they're
I didn't see
64.
those. I might have to get me one of those pair because
Yeah, you got to.
they're the
Just so you,
easiest shoes. You know what I love about them, Ryan,
yeah.
is I wear, I don't know what you guys call them. I always grew up calling them tennis shoes, even though I didn't play
Yeah.
that much tennis. But you call them, what do you call them? Tennis shoes or sneakers or what do you guys call
You
them?
call them tennis shoes,
Okay,
sneaks.
yeah. So I'm used to wearing those and always wearing tennis shoes. I hate putting the socks on and then then lacing them up and putting the shoes on. You just slip these things on when you're walking out the door. And
Oh,
you
it's
know what's
so good.
cool is you can put these things behind your heel, or if you want to just flip it up like that, you
Oh yeah,
can
this
just
this
put
is
it
I
up
usually
like
keep it
that.
just like I usually keep them like this, but then if you throw this on, that's when you go into sport mode.
Yeah, you can
That's
run
when
with
you can
those.
run around.
You can run around. They're so comfortable. They feel like you're just, man.
Oh, there's some swaggy new colors. Damn, this is just the Crocs show.
I was looking for a pair of orange and black ones, I was going to wear them into the clubhouse, and I was going to see if I can, the Giants, and see if I can get, players to like them and stuff. And hey, where'd you get those, man? But I never found a pair of orange and black ones.
Oh, it looks like okay. There's one that's kind of
Is yours super light too? Like they're just air, feel like air when you pick them up.
The most.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I always thought they were kind of dorky. I was like, oh, Crocs, man, you look like a clod hopper.
Yeah, exactly.
But they've kind of made a comeback or something the last year, maybe.
So what got me to do it originally is when we were in the locker room, and then all the players were wearing them, and then I was like, well, I mean, come on, if the freaking NFL players are wearing them, then who am I to not rock some Crocs? All right, I'm putting those in the description. There we go. Ryan, yes, Graves. See, that's the trick, is that they low key look like they're not slippers, but they totally are. And yeah, I'm moving to LA because my girlfriend. So I was in LA, although I'm always going to be a Bay Area guy. But I was in LA when I was working at the Adam Carolla show before the Krug show thing happened. And then once that happened, I was like, well, I got to be down there, help Larry with his equipment and stuff. And like, it just would be good to be in person. So I ended up, moving back with my dad, but like, I had my dog, and then, but I got to get back with my girlfriend. Like, we got to be living together. Like, she sacrificed enough this past year and a half or whatever it's been. And yeah, so, I mean, there's got to be something. I'm looking for anything industry adjacent, and then I'm going to really try and grind on the YouTube.
Oh, I got to stretch my back. Oh,
my God.
Oh, that felt good.
Damn, that probably felt really good. Oh, did Cy throw some shady a good tweet out?
Where?
Oh,
what was that?
He just said 12 minutes ago, I'm hearing from trusted insiders that Bob Myers is going to announce tomorrow he's stepping down as president of basketball operations and general manager of the Warriors.
From Cy on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That could throw the whole
That must mean that LeBron's
thing.
coming. Led GM.
Hey.
They're getting led GM.
What do you guys think about LeBron possibly coming? Would you do it?
Wait. Oh, I gotta. Is it?
That could make Draymond opt out and leave. I mean, what happens if everything?
Bob Myers. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't know the psychology of like, because it's gonna be young Lacob, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm
Shoot.
assuming that it is like
Who's
almost definitely
is the Toronto guy? How do you say his last name? Is
Masai
Missouri or
Ujiri or
Najiri? Is he
whatever.
still at Toronto?
Yeah, and he's got like a fat contract, like enormous. So I mean, I don't know. It does might kind of make me think like if it's gonna be a Lacob, I don't know. I mean, don't you kind of want to make a pretty splashy move, like when you first get somewhere in anything, in like some type of managerial role,
Right,
you
right.
want to put your imprint on it right away. So I mean, I guess that could mean just like being super loyal and re-signing the OGs, but I kind of feel like it means some splash is going to happen. Like,
Yeah, could be
why
a
why is
Brown.
everyone saying
Could be a
if Myers walks, so will Draymond? Or is it just because they're that close? Or
well, yeah. You just man. Let me see. Did
Lou Marston had a prediction that Bob quits being GM and Steve Kerr goes to Phoenix.
I don't think Kerr will go to Phoenix. I think him and KD weren't they get along okay now, but I think that was kind of, and I don't think Kerr would leave Curry.
No. He's no chance.
Yeah, I don't see him leaving Curry. I think Kerr coaches as long as Curry's with the Warriors, and when Curry's gone, I think Kerr's gone.
Mitchell Ness wants to know. Okay, I'll just tell you, not weed. Although, I mean, I was smoking weed like every night. So, I mean, but I never really, that was never really like a main issue. But it is like, I got to cut everything out now. It's just, I was kind of like anything I could kind of get my hands on reliably. Nothing too scary though. Thank you, senior softball games. It's hard. It's actually pretty hard. I'm feeling pretty stupid still. Like I feel like my memory is totally shot. I've been having to wear a fanny pack everywhere because I'm losing all my shit, and it's also been a little bit awkward because I'm staying at my girlfriend's parents' house. Let me whisper a little bit, and they don't.
They're
know.
watching in
They
the other
know.
room.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No. They know that like I'm not drinking, but they don't know like the full extent because it just didn't feel like the time to really get into it because this weekend's about my girlfriend, so But yeah, so it's
Right.
a little
Yeah.
awkward, and I'm still doing like outpatient Zoom stuff, like 4 hours a day, which is going to end soon, which is going to be nice actually because it just takes up a lot of freaking time, and I'm not used to. I mean, Dan, as a guy out there, like for the most part, you don't really spend that much time talking about like your emotions and stuff, and it's just freaking exhausting. So, but yeah, it's I'm doing well, and I'm really excited to kind of like clean slate and really start revving up the YouTube and everything.
Yeah.
And wait, what were we? Who would you rather have, Carlos Correa or Casey Schmidt?
Oh,
How is
Schmidt all the
Carlos
way.
Correa doing this year? Yeah,
Not
Schmidt it
good.
up. Good. Oh my God. Did you see Bill Simmons' face? I tweeted it or I retweeted it. It's pretty all time. Because, I mean, it got so annoying that people started talking about like the 04 Red Sox after they won like the second game.
Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
I'll throw the tweet in. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my humble channel.
Yes.
I think it's probably linked if you see. Yeah, I just sent a message with it. Right now, It's been funny though because that is one thing is the Warriors playoff games were because I was feeling pretty zen, pretty good. I could not control my emotions with these stupid Warriors playoff games. It was too much. I'm too emotionally invested, and so I kind of had to like step out. And this has sort of been my plan is like I'm going to start really revving up with the Giants, but I wanted to give myself a little bit of a break. But But yeah, so sports content will be coming out soon. In the meantime, I've just been kind of messing around with buddies, doing like movie reviews, talking a lot of Succession. For anyone out there that likes Succession, the show just ended. What's hilarious is Mark Graves has pretty much been the only one that's in there for the live streams, and he hasn't even ever seen Succession. But he's just an OG supporter.
Graves he's the most loyal guy of the original.
Graves is the man. Oh, and they're called called
Larry,
Echo.
Dan, and Ryan.
They're called Echo Clog, ECHO Clog. And then
put that in the chat, man.
The color is stucco. But they have a bunch of sick colors, actually.
Hey, there's Romo.
Evening. Romo.
How you doing, Romo? It's been a long time since I've seen you. About 4 hours. we were on 4 or 5 hours ago.
Best.
Romo's great, man. We've had we've got a special guest that'll be joining us here shortly. A mystery guest coming.
It's a mystery meet.
Who's coming on, everybody? Who do you think's coming on? Put it in the chat. See if you can guess who's coming on in maybe the next 5 minutes.
Bill Simmons. Wait, so what else haven't we hit? I'm thinking there's no way the Heat can beat the Nuggets 4 game. Okay, so I kind of think this is like some very old school shitty analysis, but like I feel like this is not to say like this is like some very first takey type stuff, but I honestly believe it to be true. I kind of think the only way that the Nuggets don't win the championship is if Jokic just gets a super tight butthole. If like all of a sudden Jokic and Murray and maybe like Malone all get just super tight buttholes, and like maybe Miami just steals the first game, and it's kind of like, whoa, weren't expecting that, and then I don't know. So that's the only thing I could see, because Miami does have the experience. I mean, it's crazy to say, but this Jimmy Butler freaking Miami Heat team, this is their second finals. I'm also really glad it's not Heat Lakers again, because that would have really validated the double title.
Oh, yeah. And here we go. Here he is, the great Sean Proctor.
Oh, what's up, G-Money?
What's going on?
Yo.
Yeah.
My computer's restarting, so I'm on the phone.
All right.
Oh, no worries.
Hey, man.
You're looking pretty HD.
Looking HD, good. What's up, Ryan? How you doing?
Real HD. Oh, pretty good, dude. I just ate so much food. I had Dan. I didn't want to like overshadow your burgers, but not only did I have chicken, not only did I have pork, but I also had steak. It was just
nice.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's a good combo. I had some. What's today? Monday. Friday, I barbecued some pork, some spare ribs, some pork ribs. Oh gosh, they were so good. I didn't eat anything else but the ribs because I was doing no carbs. So I just chowed down on like 10 ribs.
Oh, so you're able to you've been sticking to the no carbs. It's tough, but once you get rolling, it's not.
Yeah, it's tough. Every now and then I'll cheat because I need a little fuel.
Yeah.
You know, I get a little weak, and so I just I'll take a couple bites of some carbs. Like today, I had maybe a small, they were sliced potatoes that we put on the grill. I maybe had like 6 or 7 of them. But
you're allowed to have vegetable carbs.
Yeah,
potatoes are a little bit
starchy.
Of like
they're kind of starchy
potatoes
though.
Are kind of meh.
Are you doing a specific diet?
No, I really trying to cut out sugar.
Basically like keto or like
kind of, and just eating less. You know, I'm trying to instead of like I used to eat just because for taste, you know, it's like I didn't care how much,
and because of boredom, and it's like it's lunchtime, let's make like a big lunch.
But I'll tell you what's filling me up is I'm down in like 3 of these a day. They're 40 ounces.
Damn.
And putting some Himalayan salt in it to kind of
for the electrolytes.
And you're just not constantly living at the toilet peeing. But it also kind of gives you a little bit of like you don't feel as hungry, So
yeah,
I've got a tip. Dan, it's a little bit. I mean, it kind of is it's a little bit kind of weird at first, but if you throw a little coconut oil in your coffee, it just
I've heard that,
especially while you're doing the low carb, it like there's something about it where I've been doing this and
Should I
it
just
just
call Gabe
takes
up for that, or
yeah,
call
exactly.
Gabe up for the
Yeah,
coconut oil?
yeah. After you finish lubing up your body as you do every morning, just throw a little bit in your coffee, and then it just like keeps you with I don't know, it like makes the coffee not like spike super hard, and you just kind of feel satiated until like 2-3. At least I found.
So right,
Hey, this is kind of cool. Kind of just hanging out. We're just kind of chatting. I mean, I'm on my recliner. This is way nicer than sitting in my hard ass chair in the studio. Oh gosh, I was telling earlier, Sean, my back's been killing me because I've been sitting in this. I took an old kitchen table and put it in my studio because we have a new kitchen table in this house. It just didn't match. So I got 4 bedrooms. So I'm like, it's just my wife and I. So I was like, well,
use one of those.
Is take the table from the other house, stick it in there, and it's one of those counter depth tables. So the chairs, but the chair's got a little bit of a cushion, but it's really lost its cushion. So it's like you're sitting on just the wood, and my back's been killing me. So I went to a massage today to get my piriformis muscle, the glutes. I just said, just crank on that thing, and
how was it?
Not bad. I could have used a little more pressure, but
sometimes if you don't tell them, they'll give you a full blown Swedish, and it's just like
I told them deep tissue, but
oh, you did, okay,
yeah, but it wasn't as deep as I've had some other guys. I had this one guy, he does mobile massage, and he's come out to the house, man, practically killed me. He was so strong, big dude, man. He looked like Terry from that the guy, the bald guy that
the office
commercials.
linebacker.
Yeah, the office linebacker. He looked just like him, man. And he was built, man. And he had me screaming in my living room, man. I'm like, come on, you're gonna like it would hurt, man. He was working out on just getting knots out of me. This was a few months ago. My wife was sitting there just kind of like yeah, it's like she never heard me just screaming, man. That guy hurt, man. But he's good. You felt it for about a day where you were kind of sore, but after that you felt really loose because he got everything, out of you. He broke everything up.
I go to the chiropractor if I need to feel better. I'll go to the chiropractor, and she'll crack my neck and get my spine aligned, and that always feels
good. That's what I went to the chiropractor. I had a scheduled Thursday, but he was sick. So I went to this other one Friday that I have a membership, the Joint, where you get 4 visits a month.
Yeah.
And it was like 30-minute wait, and there was only one in. I was like, dang it. And then yesterday.
When you go to places, is it the same chiropractor each time?
Usually, but not always.
Okay.
But I usually try and stick with one.
Yeah.
So
you're right. You're super into Succession, I hear.
Oh, dude. Yes.
So one of my friends does the music for that show.
No way.
Yeah, he's won Emmys for it.
Dude, wait, that's crazy because my girlfriend's dad is a lawyer, and he's like, oh, I know. I think he said he did something, or he knows someone that his client is that guy, is your buddy.
Yeah, his name's Nick Bertel. He lives in New York City.
Dude, I mean, that music is so sick. It just gets me so fired up.
So what's super interesting is I've been friends with him since college, and through one of my other good buddies. I got a good buddy named Ryan. I went to Bellarmine with him, and then he went to Harvard with this guy Nick. Became friends with him at Harvard. Became friends with Natalie Portman at Harvard. So he runs in that same crew.
Yeah.
But so I've met Natalie a couple times, which is pretty cool. But this guy Nick Bertel is just like so out there. Like he's always had really sick beats. And in college, him and a couple of the other guys that ran in the same crew at Harvard, they had this band called the WPT, WPP, the Witness Protection Program, and they're not a band anymore. And you probably won't even be able to find anything on them. But I was rummaging through my CDs the other day, getting rid of stuff, and I found the old tracks from the WPP, and Nick did all the beats for that, and you can totally hear like a Succession type of vibe. Like he's got like this sound that he makes, and it's all rap.
Can I like somehow? Dang, does he have those copyrighted? That would be sick music to have.
Yeah, no, I have the CD.
I'm joking,
like if we ever meet up, like we have to find a CD player first of all, but if if we ever meet up, I can play them for you. And
dude, that's so cool.
No, the songs are sick. Like I'm kind of bummed that they never made it because they're really, really cool.
Damn. Well, he's
wow.
Yeah, he's legit. He before he went to Harvard, he went to Juilliard, so he's a classically trained pianist from Juilliard, and he's like the next Hans Zimmer for sure. Like him and Hans are like the two guys that you go to in Hollywood if you want anything done.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool. So dope.
I was at Costco yesterday. At Costco yesterday, and it was like 6 o'clock. It was weird. It was like nobody was there because it was, Sunday before Memorial Day. They're getting ready to close, and I got there about a half hour, maybe an hour before they were closing. And it was just like empty, So one of the guys that works there, he comes down the aisle. We're back there kind of by the fruit bakery area, and he's like he starts singing, and he's got the beat, and he's like bum, 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 bum. He's doing the Simon and Garfunkel Cecilia, and then some other worker picked up on it, and they started doing. So I just came in, and I go, Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. All of a sudden the store just starts. There's about 4 or 5 of us. Everybody just starts singing. There was nobody in there. It was great.
Dan, do you live in a musical?
Yeah, what's up? I'm gonna get on my computer, so I'll be
okay. Sweet. Wait, so this is some other good stuff about the Bob Myers thing. So just if you look at the replies from the tweet, so Ted Talks Ball, great guy. Actually went on his show once.
Let me Ted Talks Ball. Oh, that's right. You which one are you replying to? Because I'm looking at
so he basically Cyrus put a bunch of crying or sad emojis, and then Ted says hope they're wrong, and then Cyrus says same, and then Ted says part of me wouldn't blame him if the meddling has been as bad as it sounded, and then Cy said it was. So and then wait, I don't know what that emoji means, but someone asked him, does that mean Draymond's out? And then he gave one of these emojis.
Oh yeah.
And then a cry face.
Interesting. Not the big let's see. I don't think the head coach is running. I'm still trying to find the where the heck. Okay, here we go. I'm hearing the trust. Okay, so the comments. Be interesting to see if they bring in. He's back. Sean is back. It'd be interesting to see if they stay and go with Dunleavy, or if they go with outside, or they go with one of the Lacob kids. I heard Larry do a show. He said that anybody who comes in is going to be a puppet to Lacob, and that Lacob's going to be pretty much
his son, right?
Yeah, if that's this, or if they bring it.
Dude, they should do another Succession just about this offseason of the Warriors. Like, actually, I mean, that's so true. Either they probably, if they get just kind of a no-name rando, then it's definitely just a puppet, or they go with his kid, which I don't know.
Do we know if Bob Myers is out?
I mean,
Cy's tweeting that he believes he's going to announce tomorrow that he's leaving the Warriors.
I trust Cy on that.
He just doesn't want to. He wants to do something different. He wants to do his podcast.
Yeah, I think he just wants. I mean, I think this is like a very high stress sort of deal, and I think he just wants to go just kind of chill in the media, probably make a bunch of money doing it.
Do you got some floodlights on your face, right?
Oh, I've got a what do you call it? I've got
you got a softbox.
Those Lowe's. No. It's called a Logitech. What, Dan? I don't know if you. It's like it like hooks onto your laptop, and it's got like a little. I can't show it to you because of the camera.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And I just have it above because I have my nice camera here. Because
I got one of those lights too.
You're not using your laptop. You're using a camera.
Yeah, I'm using a camera.
What kind of camera?
It's a Panasonic GH5, which I don't even really necessarily know how to use it that well, but I just kind of have it because we thought that I needed a much nicer camera for the Niner stuff, even though we didn't end up using it.
It's a camera, not just like it's not a camcorder. It's a camera.
Yeah, it's a full blown camera. So it's.
And what kind of lens are you working with?
It's a 12 to 35. So it's a micro 4/3. So it's like not a full frame camera, but the one issue with it is the autofocus sucks, and like I'm not just like some whiz that's going to be just putting myself in perfect focus. But it's not bad for like this, like using it as a webcam. It can like see a face and figure it out. But yeah, the lighting here is a little weird because there's no lights that turn on in here. It's like a game room situation. I can give you a pan.
Recently got his little setup going for a real estate podcast. So his camera looks nice. Like his videos look really nice. A lot of it's the lighting. He's got a really soft. He's got one of those big giant like soft boxes.
Yeah.
That creates.
Those. I just don't know how to like. I don't know how to like do professional lighting. This is also
the lighting is key.
It is.
Yeah.
I would just if you want. I think that what is it? Elgato makes some good ones. They make like ones that for like $100 that are.
This thing's fucking massive. It's probably like 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet. Like it's a big soft box.
Does it like need to be like set up on a tripod and shit?
Yeah, it's on a tripod. But it lights up the whole. It lights up the whole room really nice.
I mean, it's
That's
probably
an interesting comment I just put up there. It's an interesting question from MF. Is Patrick Bailey better defensive catcher than Posey? Not right now, but I think he will become a better defensive. I think he's going to win a lot of Gold Gloves.
Someone was saying that he's better right now than Posey was right now in his career.
I heard that too, and here's the reasoning that Posey played shortstop until his junior year at Florida State.
Yeah,
and Bailey's been a catcher since youth. If you watch Bailey, he moves quickly to outside pitches that are down in the dirt, and he can block those. A lot of times Posey would backhand like a shortstop, just I don't know if the arm. I think Buster had the better arm, but I think Bailey is going to. He looks like a veteran catcher behind there. The way he frames, the way he just handles himself. He had that one play today at the plate where Wilmer stepped on first and threw it to home. It was a little low. It kind of just skidded off the dirt, and he had to sweep tag it, because the tag was coming in. I mean, the guy was sliding. Had the throw been up 3-4 inches off the dirt, he would have caught it and tagged him out. But, a catcher's glove has such a small pocket, it's so little that he had to catch it in the pocket and sweep at the same time.
It's a tough play.
Tough play. Yeah. That to me, that was on Wilmer. But shoot, Giants, I don't know what they're going to do with Bart. I mean, I kind of think.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I think you either trade Bart or just use him as a backup. But I don't know how content he would be as a backup.
You're selling low, aren't you?
Probably. I mean, I would get him down in Sacramento on a rehab when he's ready to come off the IL.
See if he can rake and then trade him.
Yeah, or have him come up and see if he does well, and then whatever. But I'm also not opposed to having two great catch. I wouldn't call them great yet, but two solid catchers. The Dodgers in their heyday of the 70s, when they were going to World Series like 3 or 4 times during the 70s, they had Joe Ferguson and Steve Yeager early on in the 70s, and both those guys were pretty good. And then they ended up getting Socia. You really want to have two solid catchers. Right now, Sable's not really reliable as far as defensively what you would want. I mean, he's not bad, but he's not seasoned yet. You know what I'm saying? He's not a seasoned catcher. He needs more time, but he's definitely a Major League Baseball player, and he should, the Giants. I said in spring training when I watched him, I go, this guy's going to make the team, and a lot of guys, that were in the media are saying, you're nuts. He's not making the team. I go, you watch, the guy's a player.
I said,
what's that?
Ian Killian?
No, I'm not going to name any names, but
there's a lot of names.
Yeah, there's a lot of names.
So many names.
Just the fact that he could hit and run, I figured, and the fact that you could catch, you never can have enough, like a third catcher as an emergency, that it allows you to so much more options, especially late in the game. If you got a catcher that you want to pinch hit for, let's say.
Yeah, but is he, will Bart be on board with just spot starts here and there as a second catcher? I mean, it doesn't matter what he wants.
He really doesn't have any choice at this
point. He has no choice.
But I would, I mean, they're winning baseball. I don't know what Bailey's record is, but I think it's like 8-1 in the last 9 games he's caught. And I think the last 7 or 8 games that Sable's caught, they haven't won.
I mean, it's pretty wild that all of a sudden, as a broad thing, the team started playing well and it was way more exciting once they started bringing up the
young guys. What we've been saying,
we've been saying it for months.
Yeah. Just bring up the young guys. And if they, we just want to see them.
It's just outrageous that they didn't have Schmidt on the team out of spring.
Yeah, he was ready to play.
If they miss the the playoffs by a couple of games because they started so terrible, then that would be bad.
He's 24, and Patrick Bailey turned 24 today. Hit a home run on his birthday. That's pretty cool. Now he's got one from the right side and the left.
I like your bet though. I think MF's bet too. I think, and if they just keep plugging out wins, playing well.
I mean, they look. A lot of people say, "Well, yeah, but you're doing a 180, Dan. You're flipping on what you said early in the year." Yeah, but they were an awful team until Schmidt came up, and Bailey came up, and they started
way more exciting,
and the team's playing more exciting. I don't think it's a coincidence. I really don't.
No.
So to me, it's they're beating teams handily. They went from like a run differential of minus 20 something to plus 9 now.
Yeah, they're crushing the ball.
Yeah, Haniger is starting to hit, and Conforto. Those are the guys that. This is what I said in the beginning of the season. I said Haniger and Conforto, if they're going to compete, make the playoffs, Haniger has to produce. Conforto has to produce. Wade
Haniger has to stay healthy. He's always been a good hitter, but he has to stay healthy.
And he did start the season kind of on the IL, and a lot of people don't know. I mean, you played, Sean Rye, you played ball, I played ball. When you got an injury and you're playing with it, you're not going to be as effective because it hurts. You adjust, you make some other adjustments so it doesn't hurt as bad, and then you don't play as well because you're not doing what you naturally would normally do. Like Matos had a crappy year last year, and I talked to him. He said it was because he had a calf injury all year, and he's healthy, and now he's playing well.
What about Ramos?
Ramos has got a oblique, and he's on the 60-day IL down at minor league. So I don't know. He's probably not eligible to come back for another 40 days. So he's probably looking at July, early July, if he's even going to be available.
Switching subjects. I think I missed the first part. I didn't think I missed the first part of the show. What do you guys think about the finals?
Oh man, I love Boston going down.
Yeah, I can't see a scenario where the Nuggets don't win the championship. I
don't either. I think the Nuggets,
unless Jokic gets hurt, they don't. No one has anyone that can guard Jokic, and he's just a facilitator. He just dominates the ball, can pass, can shoot. He's ridiculous. From a betting perspective, I'm like, no, if the Nuggets didn't have this much time off, it would just be a slam dunk. The Heat coming off a 7-game series, grueling series. They set the line at 8. The opening line's 8, which is
Denver by 8. Wow.
Yeah. 7 tonight in Boston.
Denver could come out a little rusty and missing a lot of shots for the first
I think I kind of like the Heat in the first half, maybe first quarter. Yeah, first quarter, because they'll have a little bit of juice and they'll be in better rhythm. But I like the Nuggets for the game.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you.
They're also really good at home. They have a really good home record. They just got to get going because they haven't played. I mean, what's going to be like a week and a half off?
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And they just played that band.
Trail mix.
What are you working with?
Trail
Costco?
mix.
Costco trail mix?
Yeah. Got some.
You just said you're like, I don't want to eat. And then here you are eating.
Yeah. Walnuts, dried mango, almonds, cranberries, and pumpkin seeds. Yeah. Not bad. Nice. I was starving yesterday inside Costco. So what I do is I just open it up right there and start eating it.
Sure.
And then, if it's no good, you just kind of, I didn't like this.
Yeah. Now Costco, I love Costco. It's like my favorite place. I'll go and just walk down the aisle, see what I can find.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. There's just so many different things in there all the time too.
You ever hit up Costco, right?
Oh yeah, it's such a good return policy too. I just feel so comfortable buying. You
don't even need your receipt.
It's like Nordstrom's. Take anything back.
No, I had a couple of buddies in college that bought a flat screen there, and it was like college, so it's like that was like a really big purchase. Like they went in each like whatever $250 or something.
Yeah,
and somebody like first day. Had an airsoft gun they were messing around with and just destroyed it. And they took it back to Costco and they didn't have any more of that model. They actually they not only took it back, but they also gave them a higher end model of the same brand.
It had been one day.
That's when I knew. Yeah. One day.
They bought the last
and they
one
were
of
just
the
like
model then? That's kind of
I think it was a sale.
Yeah, they like people would buy like the bomb TV right before the Super Bowl, and then they would take it back right after the Super Bowl. And that's why now you only have 90 days.
Right.
You have to return stuff within 90 days.
You should probably only give you like 3 days during the Super Bowl period.
Right. On electronics. Other shit you can take back
yeah.
forever, but electronics they stiff you.
It's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You missed our version. We were talking Crocs shoes. You have any Crocs shoes? They're great shoes.
No, I refuse to wear Crocs.
Oh, come on, Sean.
No.
They were kind of, I was against them too. I was like, they're just.
Those look kind of fire. What are those Crocs?
Yeah, dude, they're pretty clean. They pass like people are
up their game right here. Those look legit.
Yeah, no, they're.
I rock the Ons.
Oh,
you guys ever mess with Ons?
Yeah, I saw something that was like it was like some like making fun of white people account, but it was pretty accurate. It was like every like 7 years there's like a new Jordan for white people, and it was like going through the evolution, and like now it's on, like everyone's got Ons.
Yeah, I've been rocking On since like day one. Before they weren't carried anywhere. I must have come across them somewhere and scooped them up. I'm like, these are really comfortable. And now they have. I was just looking at the website earlier today. They have like 30 different styles, 30 different not styles, models, 30 different models.
Interesting.
Damn.
Ons. I've never had a pair.
It's a Swedish brand. Here, let me go scoop these up to show you the recent ones that I got. They have these like little pockets.
What kind of mic you rock in there? Is that a Yeti?
It's a Shure. No, actually, they're in the room. Can't go back there. Got the kids sleeping, but no, this is it's a Shure
MV7, I think.
Yeah, Ryan knows. I told him when I got it. Yeah, no, they have these like little they're not air pockets, but they're like little shit. It's hard to explain. Little cushions.
Like, yeah.
They're made for running. They're running shoes. So
I need some new running shoes.
They provide a bounce back. So like when your weight gets pressed on the ground, it provides you like a spring back. So it's good for running.
Picked up a couple bike helmets yesterday at Costco. They're pretty cool. They got the,
Do you have a bike?
Yeah. bought 2 more this week.
Rice got a Peloton. I see that in the back.
It's my girlfriend's parents. But yeah, it is pretty.
You don't ride it?
I don't have my like clip-on shoes.
He doesn't have his license.
I'm only here for a week.
Oh, okay.
He hadn't got
I
his
would expose
license.
it though.
You don't have.
Dan, would you get like a road bike?
No, I had a kind of a mountain bike, but I got one of those cruisers. Picked up just a cruiser.
It's like a beach cruiser.
Wife, I don't know what it's a Trek or whatever it is, or
okay.
But these helmets are pretty cool because they got a light you can put on the back that you just push a button and it's got a big.
I saw it at Costco. I saw the helmets.
Yeah, they had the white and the gray one. You know.
Yeah, I saw them.
You should like mount your phone on the helmet and then just live stream while you're on
I
the bike
should.
ride.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Do you have a Peloton, Dan?
No.
I
had a really super cool, excellent treadmill. And I ended up selling that years ago. Then I bought me a rowing machine.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I loved that rowing machine. I worked my butt off on that thing. And you know, me, when I do something, I tend to overdo it because I just like
you hurt your back.
Stop. No, my patella. I got hit by Jimmy Ward. My patella, because of the way you go like this on your back and you keep going like this. I pulled it back so far I couldn't walk for like 3 months.
Oh shit!
Killed me. I went to the doctor. I says, "What's going on?" She says, "Oh yeah, you just gonna have to wait for your patella to come. You know, it's gonna have to heal."
You need to let your girlfriend's parents know, like, if you lift the camera up and let me see the side of the bike.
Oh,
there's a recall on that bike.
Really?
Yeah, the seat can break.
Sends you through the ceiling.
Let's see. I think they have one of the original ones. Is there? You don't have to lift the camera up. Just look. Does it have like a red P with white writing on the side?
Well, 1 sec.
This is riveting stream action here.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm eating again. First time. I haven't been eating much on the streams.
It's all blacked out.
Well, I don't think that's a swivel one. So it looks to be like one of the original ones. And if they bought it sometime between 2018 and 2023 earlier this year, which I believe they did, or 2022, definitely. Then there's the seat can break. There's been 35 out of 2.5 million that have busted while people are riding, and you're strapped in and you fucking fly off and you can.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. Oh, what happened to you? Oh, I got in a bike accident.
on my fucking stationary bike. So the seat breaks. So they can file a claim with Peloton or in an order. You just go online and log into your account and they'll send you a new seat for free.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you let them know so they don't injure themselves.
Dang. All right. Well, you know what, guys? it's been real, but I think I got to hop soon because this is my last night and like.
Okay. Anywhere. We're gonna talk more TV shows and.
You guys want to see? Hey, before you break here, let me show you guys a little bit. It's Memorial Day weekend. You got. I gave tips on watermelon yesterday. Here we go. So this might be your watermelon of choice. You got a little bit of a scar here. Got some scars here. Got your yellow spot right there. See that? Now, the thing about this is Costco sells every watermelon for $6.99. So you can get a watermelon that's almost twice as big as this one. But, well.
Getting along.
I think this is it. Maybe winner, chicken dinner, right? There you go. So when you're shopping for a watermelon, you want the scars, and what they are, they look like they're got little indents in them, and they're kind of I call them scars, but they're grooves, and they're somebody told me once, I don't know if it's true, that's kind of tells if it's sweet or not, because there's been like bugs trying to get
oblong,
into it.
Oblong versus round is whether it's going to be. If it's more oblong, then it's supposedly female, and it's sweeter. You also want a really yellow spot because that means it's been sitting in one spot, and you want it to feel heavier than it looks.
Yeah, that was
more juice.
So that'll make sense.
Yeah, more juice.
Wait, what does Adam C mean by "you are all at risk"? Right, get out while you can. Is that the stream, or is there like a new COVID route or something in LA?
I get a road bike on.
Are you in LA?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Just for I'm in Calabasas for this week.
Oh, okay, sick.
So it's like,
what do you mean?
I don't.
Where's that?
Yeah, give me some clarification on that.
And while we have a second here, right? If you get sometime this week during the day, if you want to, give me a ring. And I will I'll go into my wife's car. She's got a CD player, and I'll play some of those tracks for you.
Dude, yes.
I think you'll appreciate it. I think you'll appreciate the lyrics and how sick these beats are.
Dude, it seems like the barrier of entry for like making beats and stuff is like not that hard. But then it's
I'll
like
right
everybody that's actually amazing is like classically trained.
No one
Hang on
has.
Before you leave, Ryan, I'm gonna come back with something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And no one's heard this. No one like this. This shit is from 2003. This is 2003.
No way.
Yeah.
So this has not been heard since LeBron James got drafted.
Yes, this has not been heard since LeBron James got drafted. This is unreleased tracks of Nick Britell's beats and Jake Rubin's flow. And the guy that raps, his name's Jake Rubin. He lives in New York City. He's amazing, and he got a degree from Harvard, an English degree. So he can rhyme. He's like Eminem. He can rhyme on the half notes. He can rhyme on the full notes. He's got some of the craziest vocabulary. So his raps are pretty legit. Like, I'm actually shocked that these guys didn't take this further. Yeah, I think there was a little bit of infighting between all of them, which is why they never decided to take it further than that. Because obviously, Nick Britell is amazing at dropping beats. Jake Rubin's amazing at the flow. You'll hear when you listen to it. I mean, the quality isn't like studio quality because they just made it on the fly. Yeah. It's not like they went into a studio in New York City, but the beats are ridiculous and the lyrics are ridiculous. Yeah, you're gonna appreciate it. So give me a ring when you're free, and we'll listen to it.
Right, I'm back here. I got a box here. What do you guys think's inside this box here?
Can we get a clue?
Has something to do with what you guys were just talking about.
It's a CD player.
No,
it's Dan's mixtape.
Somebody in the chat got an idea.
It's a bike seat.
It's not. You guys were.
No, he got it. Is it from Amazon?
No, it's
just using the box.
Yeah, I've been carrying these around, and I decided I had them in a shoe box. Had it in a shoe box, but I moved it.
To it's a water.
Come on, what's in the box? Brian Iglesias is what's in the box.
See, I have no idea.
Tangled up here because
someone in the chat's got to guess.
Yeah, what? Anybody got to guess?
Come on, what do you guys think's in this box? Anybody?
How many people are watching right now?
27.
Oh, complete
Free T-shirt, free NorCal T-shirt to
no
anybody who comes up with what's in this.
Is it
box.
a NorCal T-shirt?
You got to give more clues, dude.
What were you guys talking about?
Like? You can't just show a box and be like, "What's in the fucking box?"
Sure, I can. It's my show.
True.
Give us another clue.
Expired completes. Wrong. Well, you guys were talking about playing in the car stuff.
Oh.
CDs?
Is it a home video of you playing around in your own car?
No.
I have no idea.
It's kind of heavy because there's more than one.
Is it our helmet?
No.
Gold bullion?
I wish.
Gold bars?
I wish too.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. It's Larry Krueger. 8 tracks.
Oh, that's what it is.
Romo's on the right path.
It's a CD player?
I already said a CD player, and I said CDs, and he said no.
No, it's not CDs.
Is it? Oh, it's a cassette tape player?
No. Is
it a subwoofer?
Before CDs.
Because isn't that what it's called? A cassette?
Cassette tape? It went CDs, cassette tape, 8-track.
Walkman? No.
Is it
not a Walkman?
Is it just a general radio?
Record player? No. MF wrong. Portable radio? Brian? No. 8-track? No. Val?
Oh, is it a car phone?
No, I used to
that
have
would be
one of
fucking
those.
awesome.
That was awesome. I had a car phone back in Connecticut the company paid for. Big giant phone.
Vodafone?
Yeah, just push the button. That was awesome.
That would be awesome. That's a great call, Ray.
A track? No track. It's not a track. Not a.
I'm feeling pretty stupid.
It's Larry.
What do you give
What's
us?
Larry doing? Larry should have come in, man.
What do you use it for?
What does it smell like?
Oh, by the way, I finally got Larry to ask Bonte about that jacket.
Oh, really?
My answer. I've been waiting months. Remember I asked you, Rye?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said he got it in the team store like 2 years ago.
Oh, that doesn't
which
help.
Sucks because I can't get it.
Oh man.
Oh.
Karaoke.
Did you check on
forehead
eBay?
Cleaner. Yes.
I don't know who makes it. Larry didn't find out who made it.
Boo. Okay. Are we running out of guesses? Are you guys ready for the reveal yet?
Maybe one more guess each. Let me just see. Oh, is it a DVD? Is it no? Wait, no.
That's a camcorder.
You ready?
I guess not.
So,
yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
right.
I'm ready.
A record?
45.
Oh, it's a laser disc.
Those are 45s. You don't even know what they were.
It's a 45 record.
45.
I bet you senior softball games knows what they are. These are 45s. You played them on a you remember albums?
Yeah, it's a record player.
These are the singles. Yeah, these are the singles they released.
Who is that?
Oh, so
this one is
I've
Santana.
Only ever seen the big,
Evil Ways.
The big one.
You got you.
Yeah.
I got a box full of these. I'll just pull out. Here's the Beatles. Hey Jude on one side.
Hey Jude. Yeah.
And on the other side, Revolution. Remember that one?
It's the Apple.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you just slung those at other cars, like a frisbee at other cars as you drove.
Remember the Partridge Family? I think I love you. Oh gosh. Let's see. Another Columbia Indian Reservation, the Cherokee
Road Rage. Just whipping 45.
I got so many of these. I probably have 50.
Fucking.
I probably have. I bet I got about 75 to 100 of these in here.
I was coming up with crazy ideas that you could do when you have road rage, like people like driving like nuts, like just whip out like a paintball gun, just tag the side of their car with
all
paint.
These were different labels. Is interesting. Different record labels. There was so many. I'm just looking at all. They all put.
What do you play it on? Do you have a record player?
I don't anymore. I need to get one. I'm gonna have to go on
Can't
eBay
even play
and find
them.
one. They probably, hopefully, they don't have too many scratches. But
so you can buy retro like record players now that look like they're retro.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. They're pretty cool. My buddy's
they're becoming pretty popular.
I'm gonna put my mic right there, and hopefully it won't fall.
Did
Downtown? Remember that?
Down. Any chance anybody saw the new Evil Dead? It was horrifying, but it played into. It was pretty smart. They
the movie.
So the premise was like they found like
Stevie Wonder,
like a record from like the 1923, and then the kid was a DJ, so he just so happened to have like a record player, and then so he played it and unleashed all the.
Did you watch The Last of Us, right?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah,
I finished the video game.
I did not play the video. I've never had a PS5 or a PlayStation, but I did watch the show and thought that was a really good show.
Freaking bomb.
Yeah,
Three Dog Night, America.
Really good. It was so disgusting when Tess was getting ready to blow herself. I guess who cares if we spoil it?
Oh,
Tess was getting ready to blow herself up, and she like let the zombie give her the kiss. I was like, oh, that's the grossest.
Oh, dude, yeah. Why did she allow that? That was just so unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like she needed them to. Okay, she needed him to not just kill her right away. It was a timer. She had to wait for it to go off, and so she had to take that kiss.
Dude, and Spencer also made me laugh. That's like such OG YouTube. You took my CD out in broad daylight and scratched it. You scratched my CD.
Yeah. So the shows that we just got done watching, we're on Succession, just season 1. That's as far as I've gotten. I haven't even gotten past season 1, but we just got done with Last of Us.
It's kind of difficult. Like Succession, I definitely tried to watch it like 2 or 3 times, and like got to like beginning of season 2, and then like finally, it's just like once you reach a certain point in life, it's like you don't have that much time to just like binge something necessarily.
It's also really hard to watch, but I'm glad I did, was Severance.
Dude, that is the epitome of what I'm talking about, because I still haven't gone all the way.
Yeah,
but I know it's great.
I just had to fucking hammer through it because my wife and I watched the first episode, and she lasted about 20 minutes, and she was like, "This is fucking painful." So she's like, "I'm going to bed." So she went to bed, and I was like, "Well, this is kind of interesting. I'm just going to keep watching it." And it is so slow. That first episode's like, "Oh my God, what is going on?" You have no idea what's going on. It's so slow, but I really like the cinematography. I like the way it's shot. The colors are really cool. And just the story is just like so far out. It's like so out there. Have you watched the show, Dan? Severance?
No, I haven't. No.
Did you finish it, right? Not a big show guy.
Did you finish it?
Oh, right? No, I didn't finish it.
Did you ever watch Breaking Bad? Did you ever watch the series Breaking Bad?
Of course.
Did you like that?
Oh, yeah. Counts.
Breaking Bad. That's a really, really, I mean, that's probably top 3 greatest show of all time.
Yeah.
It was also a really topical thing to ask someone in 2014.
Hey, I said this earlier. MF, in our show today on the Giants. Oh my gosh, I just heard that now.
You just got that?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about what I was going to say about MF, and I kind of went, "Whoop!" No, yeah.
I can't see what MF said. What did MF say?
That Luke Jackson will be up tomorrow. I said that. I said watch Luke Jackson come up tomorrow. So going down will be who came up? Was it VR that just came up? Or yeah, I think VR goes down.
VR sucks.
There's no need to keep him up.
You know what? I have a show recommendation that I think just about anyone in the world would love, and it's super easy watching. And it's only 10 episodes, and it's kind of buried.
White Lotus?
No, that is also awesome. It's called Jury Duty.
What's it
so
on?
It's on this app called Freevee, Freevee. It's an Amazon branded app, and this was like the debut show, so it kind of got buried, but like everybody loves it. It's by the same people that made The Office, and the premise is there's just this average guy, and he's going in for jury duty, and he fully thinks it's a real case and everything. And there's like a documentary crew that's like, look, we're doing like a documentary on like the process of, so just to get him to do interviews, like we're doing to document the process of like, being part of a jury and blah, 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 like probably for like public access television or something. And then all of a sudden it's everybody in the trial just goes haywire. James Marsden, the actor, like plays himself in it. And everybody that's involved, the judges, the bailiffs, the rest of the jury, it's just an absolutely insane situations happen, and they're all actors. And this guy literally gets real life. What do you call that? Or what's that movie with Jim Carrey where he like lives in the fake world?
It's the Truman Show.
Yes. So he literally gets Truman Showed. Because the jury gets sequestered because James Marsden like calls TMZ on himself, like trying to pretend. But it's super easy to watch.
I'm
like
gonna watch that shit.
You'll watch like 6 in a row.
Yeah.
There's only 10 episodes. It's like 30 minutes each, and then the last episode is like just like the reveal to the guy, and the guy was just. I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. Like the acting's super good because everyone's just having to improv. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that.
It's insane.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
Oh wow.
Oh, I don't know.
I can give you a top 5.
Yeah. It's
Boogie
more tiers.
Nights is in the top 5.
Okay.
Boogie Nights is just like one of the greatest shot movies of all time. And it's so funny. That movie is just like the crazy humor. I think a super underrated movie is actually Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
It's my favorite comedy ever.
Oh my God, that fucking movie is so ridiculous. I flew to LA last weekend, and on the plane I watched Get Him to the Greek. That movie's hilarious.
Oh yeah, it got lost because it's not like it had a lot of hype, and because also it's like a little confusing. Like, is this the same world as Forgetting Sarah Marshall? A little bit, but also
exactly. But it's oh my God. Go back and watch that movie. It's so ridiculous how they open up the scene is the music video of African Child.
yeah, because he's doing the same music as
he's Infinite Sorrow. It's
See, like the comedy. My I think one of my favorite. I just always loved Bill Murray in movies. Like What About
Groundhog
Bob?
Day?
What About Bob was hilarious. Caddyshack was pretty good. But What About Bob was just a classic. I watch it all the time because he just cracks me up. It's just like it's like, oh man.
What About Bob was good.
Whoa, back to sports. Don't falk it up or something. Or don't falk up like Marshall. He said Jalen made it very clear he wants out of Boston tonight in the post game. And then he suggests a 3-team trade of Kyrie to Phoenix, Jalen to Dallas, and Aiden to Celtics. Done and done.
He had 10 fucking turnovers in the game tonight.
I know.
10. You know how hard it is to 10?
10. Some teams don't have 10.
My buddy's a giant Celtics fan. Fresh Greg, shout out Fresh Greg down by you. He's like one city over from where you are, dude. He's at Agora Hills. Yeah, and so Fresh Greg he's crushed, obviously. He's the guy that I went to the finals with last year because I was like, hey, if the Celtics and the Warriors meet up in the finals, we got to go. So we went to the game 2. who had the home court? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, anyways, he messaged me tonight, and he's like, "How fucking embarrassing! Like, just no show in Game 7 at home. It's ridiculous." He's like, "Jalen, 10 turnovers, played like shit." I think Tatum's injury really kind of messed up their flow. Like, Tatum in Game 7s and like closeout games and elimination games typically steps up. He averages over 30 points in those games, so he probably was going to be the focal point tonight, and he just clearly couldn't move the way he normally does. So I think that was a big problem. But so and Brown likes to rush when he has to step up. He can't handle the ball as good as he needs to with how much he tries to drive to the rack and go ISO ball, like play hero ball, which is what they did all game. But 10 turnovers is just unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's hellacious. I mean, definitely. But what's funny though, Proctor, is like at the very beginning of the show, I was basically saying like I know it's going to be all Jaylen Brown. It's going to be the coaches, and then it's going to be all on Jaylen Brown. Because the Boston fans have kind of a weird thing with because like Jaylen Brown in the finals last year, like you got to give it to him. Like he was kind of like the one guy that was like a dog the entire series.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Tatum was kind of floating in and out, and like the Boston fans just like they're so protective of Tatum because he's still so young and like he's gonna be the guy and whatever. They want him to be the guy so badly, and it's like whenever Tatum kind of comes up short, it feels like they end up dumping everything on Brown. And so this is just the perfect opportunity for that because like they can say, well, if Tatum wasn't injured, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So where do you think Brown ends up? Do you think he does get dealt?
Cowherd's been trying to push this Kuminga. What is it? Kuminga Poole. Yeah, who was the third player? Kuminga Poole.
I think it was Wiggins, Poole, and Kuminga.
Yeah, exactly. Wiggins, Poole, Kuminga to Boston for Brown and Malcolm Brogdon, and everyone like my buddy's like, oh, the fucking Celtics would hang up immediately. Like they would not take that trade, but maybe now they would. I don't know.
To me, I would hang on to Brown and go get a real point guard. That's what Boston's problem is. They don't have a point guard.
I thought Brogdon was that guy.
Well, he was supposed to be. He was okay. He wasn't, I wonder if they'll try and get Lillard.
That's who Fresh Greg wants. Fresh Greg wants Lillard.
That's a good
surprise me.
That's a good list. I was thinking maybe my first video is just like 10 realistic superstars the Warriors could chase if they want to blow it up or get weird with the new GM.
What would you do?
And Lillard's, I mean, okay.
I wanted Lillard.
What would be number one? What would be number one on your list?
I mean, number one for me would be Lillard if they could figure out a way to basically just replace Poole with Lillard and mortgage the entire future. And then basically you just have, because during the year, Dan, right, we were talking about that trade. Right. And now it's a little more difficult. But like the Trailblazers, they actually have like a pretty fun, nice young core, but they're all so young. And then they have Lillard. So like you could almost bring in Poole, and then Poole can kind of be that young Lillard. He's of the same mold as a Lillard, and like he can kind of grow with this team. And then also throw in Kuminga, maybe throw in Moody, and just like give them imagine Sharp and Kuminga. Like all of a sudden that is like a very fun team and maybe like a future one. And just bring in Lillard and just because the Warriors more than anything, as much as people want to talk about the size,
Portland would be on the path of Boston was, 5 years ago.
Exactly. Well, I think as much as everyone's going to want to talk about size, I think the biggest thing is just shooting. They need another consistent freaking dog. That's just that the other team actually has to respect, because versus the Lakers, I mean, they weren't even really respecting Clay that much. It was just Steph and Draymond being out there. He's just, you don't have to guard him. If
you have to guard Loon,
but if all of a sudden Clay is your third kind of sniper, and like you got Lillard's a total freaking dog. He's going to show up in these series, and also it kind of gives both of them like if Curry, goes down for a period of time, Lillard can assume that role. If Lillard goes down for a period of time, it's all right.
What do you have to give Portland, Bri?
I think you got to give up
Poole. Probably has to be
a lot of picks, right?
Yeah, picks.
Well, the new CBA
Kuminga,
is you can't give future ones to make up a deal or something.
Oh, wait, really? Oh, those are so good.
What was that?
These are ridiculous.
Let me put my glasses
it's like
on.
salted caramel chocolate. Be good.
Oh, don't do that. Oh man, that's awesome.
Costco.
Oh, I love to see
on sale
caramels. Caramels with my. Oh, that's my. That's my shit. If I'm Superman, that's my. What is it? Kryptonite.
I would love to see Dame Lillard on the team. I just don't know if they could provide enough to get him.
Yeah, I mean,
and all this talk for LeBron James, fuck that. I don't want. You want LeBron James on the team?
Oh man, I don't know.
I don't want LeBron James on the team.
The thing is, he's got so much sway with the league that it would be kind of nice to have him
to get calls.
They would be able to do some he'd get calls. They'd be able to do some super bullshitty kind of moves and get some players. You're like, how the hell did they pull that off? Because of clutch.
Like the Lakers did this year.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you, I thought I got to tell you, I thought the league was going to really officiate the game in a way that would favor Boston the last two games. Definitely, I thought in Miami to force a game 7, but I thought they want Boston in the NBA Finals because it'll be a really good series against Denver and then Boston for the crowd and everything. But I got to say, the whole conspiracy theory kind of went out the door when, Miami came back and took the lead and was going to win, game 6. It was like,
oh my God,
oh shoot, that, this is, and then, you can't fix that last shot and tip in.
The end of that game was insane.
Unbelievable. So I thought, well, good. At least the NBA. I mean, you think about it from the standpoint of a ratings, probably one of the worst matchups for TV. I mean, Denver and Miami. I mean, that's like weak markets for NBA. I mean, you would love to see, I'm getting tired of Lakers Celtics, but Golden State Boston would have been an awesome rematch,
oh wait, so Brian, I do want to point out Brian Iglesias saying if they add Dame, then you have the Monte Steph dynamic on defense all over again. Yes, except for Steph's pretty good at defense now. I mean, not if he's just being if they're getting him in switches every freaking possession, but think about Poole. Theoretically, Poole should be playing starters minutes even if he's coming off the bench, and his defense is worse than Lillard. And at least Lillard is just so unreal on the offensive end. And then you just throw a GP out there.
How about the two of them, just Steph and Dame, just drilling 50-footers?
Dude, I know. Well, that All-Star game was so sick when they both were just wetting half quarters.
Now, I threw out a trade and I sent it to Rye yesterday. It's kind of a trade that it was sending Wiggins and Poole, who both have 4 years signed, and Wiggins' contract's nice, only $24 million, but it was sending it to Toronto for Siakam and OG. So you send Kuminga, Poole, and Wiggins for Siakam and OG, and flip the draft picks 19 for Toronto's 13, and pick that kid out of UConn, that shooter.
I don't know why.
Poole.
I don't know why Toronto would do that.
But Siakam's only got 1 year left, so it's a risk for the Warriors to take him on if they don't sign him. And OG only has 2 years left, so they're getting 4 years of control of Poole and Wiggins. And then the Warriors could maybe end up thinking of doing it and going for bust next year. And then if they can't sign Siakam, they could let Clay walk and Siakam walks and Green's gone. Now you all of a sudden you got all these contracts off the books, and now you can maybe go after free agents with Steph because you have all these. You'd basically just have Steph left at the start of the next year, and you could probably go out and get some, some top free agents because you'd be way under the cap, wouldn't you? If all is you right?
Yeah. I mean, I just would rather Siakam with only 1 year on a deal just scares the hell out of me because he's gonna want just like $60 million every year.
I don't even think he's that good, honestly. I don't like that trade.
Yeah, just keep Wiggins.
Yeah, I don't know. I like trying to get Lillard. I would like to have Brown on the team. I think Jaylen Brown would be nice. That would be a nice.
But what do you do with them? Him and Wiggins are like clones almost as far as the position.
I think
Brown is kind of positionless basketball now.
Brown is more aggressive than Wiggins.
Yeah.
He's way more aggressive. I mean, when Wiggins plays super aggressive like he did in the finals last year, that's great. But he clearly doesn't do that all the time.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if we'll see if Myers does leave, is that the domino effect of the dynasty crumbling?
What has Myers done? I mean, let's look back. Like, what has he done that's so great?
Well, he drafted Green.
That's it. Yeah, he drafted Green. He also drafted McCaw and Jordan Bell, and
was part of the wasn't he part of the trade with Bogut? Was he here then? Or
I don't think so. That was Riley.
Was that right before?
It was just that one draft was so fire where he got Draymond and Barnes.
And although Barnes Festus Ezeli contributed that year too.
I mean, but
Festus Ezeli, yeah.
Patrick McCaw, Jacob Evans.
Yeah, those guys. But you're drafting at 28, 29, though. I mean, you're not going to. A lot of guys NBA past like 10.
Eric Paschall, Jessup, Mannion, Damon Jones.
It's tough though when you're drafting at the bottom. He has kept the team together emotionally, though.
He has.
Yeah. I also think some of those drafts.
He's a great dude. Don't get me wrong. Like I've heard him on the radio. He seems like my tweet a couple like last week. He's like the salt of the earth. Like really great guy. I think he's awesome individual. They all love him. But as far as like his drafts, if you go back and look, his drafts I think leave a lot to be desired.
That's not not a bad trade. I really liked Franz Wagner coming out. They drafted Kuminga instead, right? At 7.
Kuminga
didn't Wagner go 8 or 9?
Are we just trying to get rid of Kuminga because he's upset that he didn't play in the finals?
I think you have to throw these guys in because you have to. It's the contracts. You got to match.
He's amazing. Kuminga's going to be a stud.
Yeah, I want to keep him.
I would love to. I wouldn't trade him.
He needs to get more aggressive though. He's got to be a 4. Is where Kersh.
Let's put it this way: I wouldn't trade Kuminga for middling players like even slightly above average, like Wendell Carter, Franz Wagner. If I'm going to trade Kuminga, I want like a fucking Lillard or someone that's going to move the needle.
So what do you guys think of what do you guys think of MF? He's always asking the tough, controversial questions. You guys want to touch that one or?
Yeah. Before I hop out, I think I'll just hop out right before we get into that one because I don't have my full mental faculties about me right now, and I feel like I'm just going to watch it.
Yeah. Cool, right?
Yeah, I got to go.
All right.
Yeah. Well, hey, everyone, please subscribe to my channel.
Yeah. Subscribe to Rice channel. West Coast Bias. Go to West Coast Bias. Everybody who's in the chat right now, if you would hit that like button, that would be great. Helps with the algorithms. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe to West Coast Bias. Ryan, what is it? R.A. Smitty? What's the moniker?
Oh, I keep changing it. It will be changed again probably in a day because I'm gonna do a daily chat. No, I'm thinking West Coast Smitty because the problem is Ryan Smith. It's so common. I'm trying to figure out like something.
When you say Ryan Smith, I think of Ryan Clark.
And that's not even a Ryan Smith. There is,
I know,
think
but it's
the
just
owner of the
it's
Jazz is a Ryan Smith. There's just so many. My girlfriend's a Smith. It's a weird world of Smiths.
I just subscribed.
But yeah, thank you, Sean. I really appreciate it.
Come hang for the Succession talk. Say hello to Jess and tell her congratulations.
It's good seeing you, dude.
From us.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be coming. You guys are going to be seeing a whole lot more of me.
Anytime you want to have me on for like TV shows, movies, dude, hit me up.
Or even just sport. I mean, I got to start picking up the sports coverage.
Or sports. I love talking. I mean, we need to talk about Dune and Dune 2.
Oh, I'm down. I'm super down.
I'm kind of jealous of you guys, man. You guys got all this hair. Look at this, man. Sean, man, he looks like he's
got a lot and you get a cut.
Look at that, man. You got more hair on the first part of your forehead than I got on my whole head. Man,
Dan, have you thought about the surgery?
What surgery?
Plugs. Like, I think they like rip the hair off your ass cheeks and like put it on your.
Man.
You're married.
At this age,
who gives a shit?
Exactly. I'm married.
You just roll with the Mr. Clean, man. You don't need hair.
Exactly. Hey, it ain't that bad, you know.
No.
If you keep,
it's like
if I keep it, I've actually let it grow out.
No,
so
do not have hair.
Yeah, no, I never have that.
Don't do that.
I actually like it when it's just almost completely shaven. Just because it's
that will be some sort of bet though. Like it'd be funny, whatever some sort of bet we can come up with next. I definitely want your half to be that you have to wear like a toupee for a few shows.
Me? Oh, wouldn't that be that would be hilarious.
That'd be a good one.
If I lose, I'll have to pick one up, man. Maybe I'll get Marv Alberts or something. Wouldn't it be funny to see some of these guys that wear toupees, what they really look like? I just like, it's just so much easier just to show who you really are. Because, I mean, to have that toupee. But anyway, Rye is gone. He's got to go. He's down in the LA area visiting his girlfriend who just graduated from law school. So congratulations to Jessica Smith.
I'll tackle that. So there's two schools of thought. Like I've talked to my wife about it, and she says, you know, her take, and she doesn't know anything. She doesn't know who Glenn Kuiper is. She doesn't know anything. She just knows what I told her, the story, and I played the video clip of it for her, and she says, that's a bad look. She said that, you know, you don't say that word unless you say it a lot, or you say it, you know, in your day-to-day activities, or you know. You can't easily say that word. She's like, I can't easily say that word. And I understand that part.
I kind of thought the same thing. It's kind of hard to say that word.
It's hard to say that word, right? But do I think he should have been fired after what he's been announced for like 20
years? Yeah.
26 years of like impeccable record and really good announcing. And everyone that I've heard has said he's just a really good dude.
Right.
I don't think he's racist. I think he made a mistake. He was at the Negro Museum.
Right.
Yeah, he was at the Negro Museum. And he was talking about it, right? It's not like he was talking about something else and that word slipped. So I don't think he's racist. I think he made a mistake. I don't think he's racist, and I don't think he should have been fired.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I mean, I thought about it and I says, you know, how did that word, what he said, come out from, I mean, I know everybody makes mistakes and says things they shouldn't say. And, you know, we say things on here that comes out wrong just when we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
But that sensitive of a subject, I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to say we went to the Negro League Hall of Fame Museum or whatever it was. How I twist that when I'm getting ready to go on, when I'm on air and come out with it, it really baffled me because it's just, I mean, it's almost like, you know, something that was out of like a, you know, a what do you call that? The Babylon Bee. What's the word? They're a
satire.
Satire, yeah. is almost like like you couldn't even pull that off. It was satire. It was bizarre. But I think he should have been fired? No, I don't. I think he, apologized. He didn't mean it.
Some people are complaining that he didn't apologize right away. Like he didn't acknowledge that what he said right away. He waited until like the 6th inning, and I think he said it in like the 1st or 2nd inning. So they're like, oh, well, he didn't apologize quick enough or whatever. I see both sides.
Yeah, I mean, it puts his employer in a really tough situation, NBC Sports Bay Area, because I feel bad for the guy, but like I say, I don't know, like how you use that word that way without. I mean, if it's not somewhere, like your wife said, if it's not in your vocabulary on a somewhat regular basis,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
So he said Mario, he clearly used the word more than he should. He didn't even catch himself afterwards, nor did his partner. His partner is the pitcher.
Dallas Green or Dallas
Braden.
Braden, I mean.
Yeah, so he was too comfortable with the word.
Yeah.
So Dallas, because Dallas didn't say anything, Mario, he should be fired too? Like you wanted them to say, oh, I know, I just said this terrible word, or the partner should have called him out. Like he probably was in shock that he said it, and he just wanted to go on to the next part and just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Kuiper should have approached it sooner.
Maybe, maybe he's around the clubhouse. I mean, I've been in the clubhouse a lot. There's a lot of rap music going on, and rappers use that word pretty frequently. I've maybe he's hearing it around that, and it's slipped out. I don't know. It's a shame.
I mean, the A's are a poverty franchise. Poverty.
Right.
Everything they do is poverty. Their roster, their trades, their ballpark, their fan attendance.
Somebody showed me a rendition of their ballpark today in Vegas. It looks pretty cool.
Oh, once they move, they will no longer be poverty as far as the ballpark's concerned. But the owner is a joke. The owner's an absolute joke.
Yeah, is he going to all of a sudden turn it on and start spending a ton of money? Because
no, they love collecting their little check each year, But that ballpark's going to be sick. It's right next to MGM.
Exactly.
So it's where the Sahara, I think, is the Sahara.
Yeah,
the Sahara site, which is we were there a couple months ago. We went to the MGM for dinner at Joël Robuchon, and it's like literally on the strip. So if the ballpark is built on that site, the ballpark will be on the strip. So T-Mobile Arena is technically on the strip. It's slightly recessed back. And then the Raiders Allegiant Stadium is off the strip. It's 2 streets back, but this ballpark will be right on the strip.
Yeah, I definitely think that's going to be a ballpark that a lot of people go tourists.
They're only making it supposed to have 30,000 capacity, which is kind of small.
Yeah, they'll probably sell out most every night because you're going to have a lot of people just in town in the summer that are going to be there gambling and just there for the week or whatever. And the A's are in town. Hey, let's catch a ballpark. All the corporate stuff that'll be going on there.
I think they're smart to make it 30,000 and not 40 or 45. Like
I would have made it like 34, 35.
I think their problem on the renderings is the roof. They need to have a closed roof.
Oh, it's so hot there.
It's hot as shit in Vegas in the summertime.
Oh, you're going to get days where it's 115.
Yeah, and it's not a retractable roof. It's
I don't know what they're going to do for unless they're just going to play all. But teams that have getaway games, they're not going to want to play. There's a major league rule, like the last game of a series,
you got to play.
You can't play at night because they got to travel. So
speaking of that, I'm so bummed. I wanted to fire on the A's tonight because the A's are horrendous, right?
Did they get swept by Houston? Did Houston sweep them?
Yeah, Houston swept them. But
did the A's even play today?
Yeah, they played the Braves, and the Braves played on Sunday Night Baseball, and then they had to travel out here.
Oh my goodness!
And those if you just look at the numbers, like the home team in those situations always pretty much wins the game.
Right.
And the A's were probably like plus 2 something, 240, 250 because they're terrible. And they won a lot. They won
7-2?
7-2. Yeah, the A's were plus 200.
Wait a minute. Oh, so the A's did win. Yeah, I mean,
that was their first win in like 12 games, I think. They're on an 11-game losing streak, right?
Yeah, they're like 11 wins and
44 losses.
I mean, they're on pace to lose over 130 games.
Is that good?
Jeez.
Was that good? So, yeah, I was bummed because I saw that and I was like, I think I need to fire on the A's tonight. And I didn't. I got.
Shoot, they may be the first team to have like 80 losses at the All-Star break.
But now you can bet that I'm going to bet on the Braves tomorrow. Yeah, the juice is minus 250, but they will come back tomorrow and win.
I don't think let's see, 35. How many more games? There's probably only like 40 more games before the All-Star break. I'll bet you the A's will have over 70 losses at the break.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Who's pitching tomorrow for the Giants?
I think it might be a bullpen game. Dang it. Let me see. Tomorrow,
I'm going to go to the game on Friday with my wife.
Yeah, that's cool. You got seats already? Brebbia. Yeah, it's a bullpen game.
No, I was going to check out like.
Just go to StubHub right before the game when you're up.
I want to sit. I want to sit in the Lexus Dugout Club though. I'm only going to go to 1 or 2 games this year. I might as well sit in the Dugout Club.
Yeah. If you're not going to go to that many games, I mean, I was like, somebody said, "Are you going to get tickets, season tickets, so you can get playoff tickets?" Well, number one, no, I'm not. I think you're going to be able to get playoff tickets if you want to go to the playoffs.
Totally.
I mean, if they make the playoffs, they only have about 8,000 season ticket holders. There's going to be 30,000+ seats available.
Sure.
So there's no reason to buy season tickets.
Have they hit you up again?
No. And, I mean, I almost bought season tickets for the Niners after the 2017 season, after Garoppolo went 5-0, because I said, "Oh man, this team's going to start getting good," And there they were in 19. They made the Super Bowl. I wished I would have got my tickets, because football's much easier to get rid of tickets than baseball, because it's it's like 2 games a month. If you're lucky, you get 3 in a month.
Yeah.
So they weren't that expensive, and they were really pretty good seats for what was available.
How much are seasons? Like, if I wanted to buy season tickets to the Niners, how much would they be?
Gosh, I don't know what they are now, because that was 5 years, 6 years ago. But my 2 seats, I want to say they were close to $1,000 a piece for the season. Wasn't really that bad.
That doesn't seem that bad.
Let me see if I wonder if I still have the email from
that was a while ago, though.
Yeah. But my seats were. I actually had a video of them. I was in the kind of the corner of the end zone, but I was in the last row underneath so I had all shade, and it was, if it rained, I was one of the only people in the stadium that would have been protected by the rain.
Yeah.
And you had good visibility of the seats. I just didn't want to sit over there where the sun is, because it's just like, day games are ridiculous.
I know. We went to Great America today with the kids, and every time I go, my 4-year-old, or he's 3, he'll be 4 next week, is like 49. He sees Levi's. He's like 49ers. Yeah. And I said, "Hey, dude, you want me to get some tickets? You want to go to the 49er games?" And he was like, "Yeah." So this might be a good excuse for me to scoop up some season tickets and just take them every game.
Yeah, that'd be it's kind of fun. I mean, tailgating is kind of fun. And what was that? Let me just see if I don't know if I have those tickets anymore. I mean, what the cost was. They're probably way more expensive now, because they were no good back then.
That seems really cheap.
Back then, yeah, but they weren't very good, and you probably don't even have people that sell them anymore. You probably have to. Is there a waiting list or?
I think you can get season tickets.
What do you think though? Now they got Super Bowl 60.
It's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
It would be cool if they can play in it.
That would be.
Pull a Rams, win a home game in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I hope they make it and win one before then, though.
That would have to be this year, right?
This year they really need to do it. I mean, you got all these weapons, and you want to get them while you can. Would you trade? Like, if you could sign
Hopkins?
Would you trade Debo? Get rid of that contract while you can?
Definitely.
So I thought about that.
I would rather have Hopkins on the team than Debo. Debo, I think the way he plays, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't going. I don't know. Last year he wasn't the same player.
He was out of shape.
Is that why?
I think he looked heavier and he didn't look as quick.
No, definitely didn't look as quick. I mean, if you get the player from 2 years ago, maybe Debo's way younger. He's way younger than Hopkins.
2 years ago, Debo was like one of the top 2 or 3 players in the game because he was like the guy. He was like the high school star player that did everything. That
they use him as a wide back.
Yeah, he just made things happen. Oh, you need a touchdown? Give the ball to Debo. He'll get it in there somehow. I mean,
but not last year.
No, last year I don't know if it was because of the whole contract thing. He was not motivated. He came in, he was kind of pissed. Remember, he was putting all those things on Instagram.
Yeah, he like unfollowed the Niners. And I feel like him being used as a running back is kind of repetitive now that McCaffrey's there.
Right.
So McCaffrey is obviously legit. I feel like McCaffrey might even be a better pass catcher or route runner than Debo is.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So McCaffrey, makes him kind of expendable. Yeah. If you could get rid of that contract and trade him, that'd be smart. Maybe get a first for him. I don't know what the comp would be, but you can sign Hopkins, right?
What's that?
You can just sign Hopkins off the street.
Oh yeah, but they can't afford him without having to,
Well, you trade Debo.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if they're thinking about that.
I wonder. I mean, he would be the guy that he's an unbelievable guy to go to when you need a first down or
having Hopkins, McCaffrey out of the backfield, Ayuk running routes. Ayuk's a great route runner now.
Right.
I like that better than having Debo. Debo's not that great of a route runner.
Right. And he's not really a breakaway guy as far as, he's more of a, run after the catch guy. He's not a guy that you could send on him. Yeah, you can't really, hey, Debo, go long. He doesn't, run a go pattern. It's just
that sounds nasty when you think about it. Purdy throwing just little fucking dimes to Hopkins and Ayuk and McCaffrey out of the backfield. That sounds nasty.
I just hope he doesn't end up with KC. I don't think they have they'd have to restructure contracts, or Buffalo would do the same. But can you imagine him?
That I read that he would.
Yeah, could you imagine him with Diggs and and Diggs
or Mahomes?
Yeah, it's like
Jesus.
I don't know. It's like, man, it's almost like these guys become free agents. It's almost like the NBA where guys get to go where they want to go. I mean, he's going to go to one of the top 5-6 teams for sure.
Why did they release him?
Contract wise, I guess the cap hit. They just took the cap hit and they couldn't trade him because they wanted to trade him but nobody would trade for him because it's too high of a salary. So I guess they get the benefit of later on getting, not having to pay the rest of the contract or something. I don't quite. NFL contracts are very difficult to understand because nothing's hardly guaranteed, you know? It's like guys just get cut and they don't get their money.
Yeah.
So
they get their guaranteed, and then, but he's still like a $22 million hit on the dead cap, right?
Something like that.
I just saw the article here that he hasn't officially been released yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you think is going to happen with the QB situation with the Niners? The three quarterbacks.
I think it depends on how healthy Purdy is. I think Purdy's got the job if he's healthy.
I mean, I like Purdy. I saw what he did. He was really poised, really good.
Accurate. That's the thing.
Accurate.
And he knew where all of his reads were, and he went through his progressions, and he was accurate. And he knew he made every throw.
Yeah, and he got rid of the ball quick. If a guy was open, he didn't wait to go to the next read. He just, for a better read, he just
wing it. Just wing it in there.
Yeah, it's like, oh wait, this guy's open, but let me go to my next read, see if there's something better. He just moved. He quickly, it's kind of like I don't know. It's there's some guys that are just better at game situations. I mean, you look at Patrick Bailey behind the plate versus say Sable, who's not as experienced. Bailey just looks natural.
Yeah, I don't know if like everyone says that Trey Lance has got a new throwing motion. Like I don't know if he can make those reads and make those passes. I know he's got a huge arm, right? He can.
My feeling on Lance is if he watched enough on the sidelines to see Purdy not hesitate, it's like, okay, there's your read, throw it. Okay, boom, he's open, hit him. Learn to go through.
I got to get a battery. I got to get a charger. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, so my take, and I'll repeat this when Sean gets back, is I think Lance has the most upside of anyone in the quarterback room. He has the highest ceiling, with also he has, the floor is, he could be a bust, but he's also the one guy that could become the the superstar, the guy that the it factor, the guy that could really put you over the top. That's kind of my feeling with Lance, and I don't think they should give up on him until they really see what he can do.
They'll probably end up keeping all three.
I think so.
Yeah, why would they be stupid? They would be stupid to not keep three on the roster every week.
Oh yeah, just keep three, especially with the new rule.
What's the new rule?
If the other two guys go down, you can. If the other two go down, the third guy can, be activated, not be part of the.
Wait. What's the rule?
It's an emergency quarterback, so you can still dress the same amount of guys, but you can carry the third quarterback as long as he's not on the practice squad. If he's on the 53, he's available to play if the other two go down because of the situation last year with the playoff game.
Oh my God.
With the Niners losing all the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I was saying when you went to get the battery, I think Trey has, the highest ceiling, and he can be the guy that could become, that amazing type of player. So I would see what he's got. You still got him under contract.
I mean, my take is long-term running quarterbacks is not the answer. It's cool if the pocket breaks down and you got to scramble and you can get out and you can get a couple yards, you can get a first down. That's cool. Like, honestly, like what Mahomes does. Mahomes is not like a running quarterback, but he can scamper out and he can get the first down. Purdy did the same thing. Like there was a bunch of times where he got out and I was like, oh shit, like he's got kind of wheels. He's got kind of like quick wheels.
Well, he's quick in the 10-yard sprint, which is really what you need.
Yeah.
That's quick feet. He's got one of the fastest 10-yard splits in football. So
but exactly. But long term, this
well, don't run him between the tackles, Lance, and he's going to get himself hurt again. He's going to get somebody else hurt, one of the offensive linemen. Just go in the pocket. If the pocket breaks down, get as many yards you can and get down.
Yeah, I was talking with my buddy about this exact thing yesterday because he's a Bears fan.
Oh, Justin Fields.
Yeah, so I'm going to read you what he said. It's actually pretty interesting. He texted me. He's like, I got a vent. And so he was saying
Fields is great, though, by the way, for fantasy football.
He said, I watched a YouTube video of the worst drops of the past season. None involved the Bears. But as I suspected, there were multiple meatballs in the comment section saying they couldn't believe that there were none. They had so many drops. But per NBC Sports, they only had 12 drops. 12 drops on the whole year.
My goodness.
Second to last. The quarterback had the worst off-target rate in the league for the second straight year, over 25% per PFF. That's uncatchable and or inaccurate, not including spikes and throwing it away. But their line was horrible. You say, well, ESPN had the line second, as in only one better than the best pass blocking rate. Problem is that it only measures how often a guy holds his block for 2.5 seconds, which is the time when all good quarterbacks have the ball out one way or another. He said the quarterback, and I refuse to mention his name because it makes me nauseous, held the ball longer than everyone but Zach Wilson. Average sack time league-wide is 4.29 seconds. Only 5 of this league lead-tying Wilson sacks were within that time. You can't expect guys to hold their blocks forever. So he just keeps going on and on. Yeah. But my point is, like, running quarterbacks, like, you're just going to get injured. And I was thinking, isn't it crazy how these guys who are, like, really, really solid quarterbacks, and then they just fall off a cliff and you never hear from them again. Like look at Cam Newton. That guy was dope.
Right.
Was
awesome. He was MVP, went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. MVP, Super Bowl 50 at Levi's. And he's just gone, just poof, gone. And he just broke down. Lamar Jackson's kind of the one dude who is super athletic and he's a running quarterback. And he kind of avoids hits. So he gets hit. Obviously he gets hit, but I feel like with his stature, with how much he runs, any normal guy not as athletic as him would have just probably been out of the league by now. Cause they just would have gotten destroyed, but he just has that way of like avoiding hits.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
so you can't expect Lance to be running through the tackles and being a running quarterback like Cam Newton. It's just not going to work.
Steve Young lasted a while, but then it was concussions that did him in.
Yeah.
But I think he got hit on a sack. I think that was a sack when he ended up his career ending against Arizona. Monday Night Football, by the way, wasn't it? Yeah. What does Brian say here? Kyle has told us he thinks of Purdy and Lance. Just look at the play discrepancy. Running one player 18 times and have another throw 30 times. You tell me who he trusts and who he doesn't. Yeah, I agree. That was last year. I do think a lot had to do with what we're hearing is that Trey couldn't really throw accurately last year. He had a broken finger.
That's insane.
And it didn't heal properly. Evidently, in the first year he was here, in his rookie season, he threw that in the preseason, he hit his hand off the helmet and he fractured his finger or something, and it never healed right. So he had to grip and throw it differently. They're saying now he's, got it right. It's no pain and it's healed. So we'll see. Maybe, obviously he wasn't able to be as accurate. We'll see how he does. Last year, though, somebody made the comment they really messed up by, not putting Garoppolo on injured reserve. I mean, look, he's not even healed. He had to have surgery in March on that foot that they kept a roster spot for him. Then they signed the kid Johnson, right?
Josh Johnson.
Why didn't they just – I mean, that's shocking to me also, the more I think about this, that there are not – there's how many teams in the league? 32 or 30?
30.
Wait, there's 4 teams in a division, right?
There's 30 teams.
No, there's 32. Isn't there 4 divisions? Four. Yeah, there's 32. There's 16 in each league because each division has 4 teams, and there's 4 divisions
32
in a conference. So there's 32. So you got a minimum of 64 QBs, and then you got a third stringer. So
I know where you're going with this. The
96. You got 96 quarterbacks, and there's maybe 10 that are good, but yet you got how many receivers? And there's tons of great receivers. There's,
the Niners made a huge mistake when Garoppolo went down. They Fitzpatrick. I think I talked about this on.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I mentioned that too. Yeah.
Yeah, he like hinted that he would play. He's like, I would totally come out of retirement and play. He would have been much better than Josh Johnson. Much better.
Yeah.
As a third stringer. Much better.
Yeah.
And they would have had a better shot to win that game in Philly if
they could have had it. They could have had. I mean, Josh Johnson was your backup to Purdy. And then you had Garoppolo. Garoppolo was on the roster, taking a roster spot up because they didn't want to put him on IR because then he would have been lost for the season. So they were banking on Jimmy being like the backup for the Super Bowl to Purdy. I mean, that was just really dumb. They
really dumb. Really dumb. I don't even think Jimmy's that good, honestly.
They could have had, like you said, they could have went with Ryan Fitzgerald. They could have Fitzpatrick, yeah. They could have grabbed somebody off somebody else's practice squad that had a little bit. I mean, I would have rather had Josh Rosen, even though he's not much, but at least he would have given you a shot.
Fitzpatrick is the best of those options.
Right.
Like smart guy.
But how is it that there's 64 guaranteed QB jobs in the NFL, and maybe you have 1 or 2 teams that have a good backup, but the most part, how is it that the number 1 position in football, where usually the best athlete on the team plays, how is it that there's not that many good quarterbacks? I mean, every team should have a good quarterback.
Hard.
I know it's hard, but in all of college football, I mean, and all of that you can't have.
I don't think it's easy to throw a football.
Yeah, I know it's not easy to throw a football when you got 300-pound guys chasing you, and you got maybe 2.5, 3 seconds to get rid of it.
Your windows in the NFL are really, really tight.
Yeah, because there's huge guys put their hands up.
And they close down super fast because the DBs and linebackers are all insane athletes.
Well, I played QB in, just some kind of like rec leagues and flag. I mean, when there's a rush, you got to, they're not even hitting you, but you just still, to avoid getting your flag pulled, you got to hurry. And you have a lot more time in flag football generally than you do with big lane. I mean, flag football, you're what?
Look at the guys. 7? Look at the guys who win Super Bowls. The guys that win Super Bowls are and I think this is the most important thing: fitting the ball in a tight window. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes. Like I just talked about Lamar Jackson. The guy's a freak athlete. He's amazing, but he can't throw the ball really well. He can't fit it in tight windows. Like he can make the playoffs. He might even get you to a Super Bowl one day, but he's never gonna. I don't think he's gonna win a Super Bowl because you have to fit in tight windows. Look at Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's amazing. He fits it in tight windows. You got to fit it in tight windows.
Yeah, I mean, it really is an art, and but I'm just thinking they should be developing guys that are, if you took. All right, give me your top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Pat Mahomes, Joe
1,
Burrow,
2, yeah.
Josh Allen.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
4.
Herbert.
Okay. You got 5.
Herbert's insane, by the way.
My top 5.
That dude's fucking arm is insane.
Yeah. I'll go Mahomes 1, Burrow 2, Josh Allen 3. I still think Rodgers has some left, so he's got to be in there, like you said. I'm going to go. Who'd you go? Herbert. I'll just go Jalen Hurts, just because he can dual threat and he made it last year.
Who's got a better arm?
Oh, well, Herbert does for sure.
Who can fit it in tighter windows? Herbert. I've seen that. Did you see the game when they played the Niners?
Yeah.
Throws that guy made. I was like, this is insane. His arm is absurd. Absolutely absurd. And there's been guys who have had crazy arms. Like Jamarcus Russell had a crazy arm. He could throw the ball 70 yards from his knee, but he couldn't fit it in tight windows. You got to fit it in tight windows.
Who's your all-time top 5 quarterbacks?
Brady, Montana, Manning, Rodgers, Mahomes.
Interesting. I would go Brady, Montana, Manning. I guess we're in the same there. Rodgers, we're the same. And who was your 5th? Mahomes? That's tough to beat, but just to be different.
Steve Young. Steve Young's really good.
Yeah, he is. Just to be different, how about gosh, you're not better than Mahomes, though. No.
And Mahomes might even be higher on that list. I think Mahomes is probably better than Manning.
He's already got 2 Super Bowls. Elway, maybe. How about throwing Elway in?
Elway was great.
Now? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might go Brady. It might go Brady Mahomes, honestly.
I mean, it could when it's all said and done.
I'm really glad that Kyle didn't scout him because he wanted to get Kirk Cousins. That was a great move.
Jeez,
that was a super good move, dude.
I mean, Reed traded up to get Mahomes, right? I think they were. Jeez, that's unbelievable.
I'm not even sure which one's worse, that or Mike Nolan passing on Rodgers.
Oh, taking Alex Smith
because
I was so ticked off with that.
Because he finished college in 3 years, and that makes him smart.
I was so ticked off.
That's what he said. He's like, "Oh, this guy is super smart, man. He finished Utah in 3 years. This guy's going to be great."
Yeah, I mean, why would you?
Disgusting.
Yeah. Oh man.
Who's to say? Who's to say that Rodgers? I mean, he would have been awesome, but Rodgers is partly Rodgers because he got to learn from Favre for 4 years,
and he had a big chip on his shoulder.
He had a huge chip on his shoulder, so that helped. But that guy can throw the rock, man. He's so good.
Who do you think? Who's your early season Super Bowl prediction? If you were putting a bet together.
Well, it's really tough to repeat, so probably not Kansas City. Probably Cincy and the Niners.
Wouldn't that be something to be the 3rd Super Bowl of the? Oh man, I hope it's. I don't want to see a 3rd Super Bowl because of the team, because it's like the 3rd. I don't know. It always seems like the team that didn't win the first 2. I mean, it's totally different eras and everything, but I would say the Jets are going to be interesting if Rodgers stays healthy.
He'll stay healthy. Rodgers is he's unbelievable. He's instantly going to make that team better.
Yeah,
even at his age.
What is he going to be? 39 or something like that?
Yeah. If he would have come to the Niners, they would have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I just don't think Green Bay wanted that, but I think he would have. It would have.
They weren't going to trade him to the Niners. He wanted to come. 2 years ago?
Right.
He told them I want to go, and they wouldn't make it happen. Their defense is pretty good, right? The Jets have pretty good defense.
Right. Yeah, Mark Graves. Yeah, Cal guy, Niner fan. No, let's pick a player from a lower conference.
Yeah, exactly. Who wanted to be a Niner? Yeah, he wanted.
Oh yeah, yeah. I knew him with Cal because I my brother was, on the staff there, and so I remember talking to him. I went to the Holiday Bowl. They were like 10-1, and that was the year Texas got picked over Cal in the BCS. Cal finished 5th.
So what's worse? What's worse? Taking Alex Smith over Rodgers because Alex Smith finished Utah in 3 years, or not even scouting Mahomes or Deshaun Watson because you wanted Kirk Cousins? What's worse?
Oh, I think not scouting Mahomes. I mean, jeez. I mean,
they had the pick. The pick was there.
Yeah, it was their pick.
And who they took? Solomon Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, I was at that point, I mean, the quarterback since
Solomon Thomas is such a bust.
Yeah. Hindsight.
And every one of his people who apologize for him say, "Oh, but his sister died."
Yeah.
My sister died. I get it. That's really sad. Doesn't take away the fact that he shouldn't have been a first-round pick, let alone the 3rd overall pick. That guy's like a 4th or 5th round pick.
Well, you know who I wanted that year?
Anyone after?
No. I mean, I was clamoring for him before the pick. Now McCaffrey? You can look hindsight 2020, you can look at him now and say, McCaffrey? "Oh, no, I wanted Deshaun Watson because I thought he was a gamer,
total gamer, just a fucking winner."
Yeah, I was just like, this dude is going to win, and if you put him on a great system,
once again, he's a running quarterback. He can get out. He gets out and gets the first down, but he can fit the ball in tight spaces.
Right.
I
mean, when I watched him.
What's that? 2018
beat Alabama.
So they traded with the Bears. They traded from 2 to 3.
Right.
And they just moved back 1 and got a bunch of extra picks.
Was it 18 or 17?
17. Dude, 18 was a ridiculous draft. Let's go previous season. Yeah, 2017.
That was the year they got Kittle in the 5th round.
This is okay. So this is the year where in the year before they were awful. All right, the awful team to get this draft pick, but they won a game. I want to say it was like the 2nd to last game of the year at Seattle or at home against Seattle. It was a totally meaningless game for both teams. And I was like, they need to lose this game and get the number 1 overall pick. They need to lose this game and get the number 1 overall pick. And I had a couple of buddies like, "No, you got to win. You got to try to win." I'm like, it's pointless. Like, it means nothing. This win means nothing, but it costs you the number 1 overall pick, which was Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's amazing.
Yeah, but on one hand, if you got Garrett, maybe you didn't pick Bosa.
I don't know. But so they didn't get Myles Garrett because they won that game against Seattle. Does anyone remember what that game was? No, it was meaningless. And so
how about Arizona going hiring Cliff Kingsbury, and he gets the number 1 overall pick, and he takes because the Niners had a clear shot at the number 1 pick, and they messed up by winning a game or something at the end of the year.
And they took Kyler Murray.
And they did us a favor because I was
big time favor.
Oh my goodness! I was like, I thought they might go Bosa, and then there was the other kid that was coming out of who was the other kid that was like a freak on the line? Who was I think he was the 3rd. Who was the pick behind Bosa? 3rd or 4th pick in
anyone in the chat? No.
Was that was 19, right? The 19 season?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Hold on. Quinnen Williams.
No, there was it was Quinnen Williams.
Who's actually the first couple of years of his career he's been kind of average, and then now last year he was awesome.
Yeah.
And then the Raiders reached with Cleveland Farrell.
Now he's with the Niners.
Yeah, he sucks. He sucks.
I mean, he was the 4th pick.
Yeah, he sucks. So check this out. So Mahomes went 10. So we obviously could have drafted Mahomes.
That was 17, right?
17. We also could have taken McCaffrey. That's another perfect example. Stanford guy, dad was a Niner. Like, they had ties to the Niners. why don't you take the guy out of like he was the best running back in college football. He was awesome that year. No, let's take Solomon Thomas because Lynch studied with him. They like took a couple classes together and they were study buddies. You got to be kidding me. So after
and he had that good bowl game.
He had a good bowl game. He's terrible player. So Solomon Thomas 3, Leonard Fournette 4, Corey Davis wide receiver for Tennessee 5, Jamal Adams was good. Went to the Jets.
He's kind of washed up a little bit.
He's washed. Yeah, he's totally washed. Mike Williams, he's still pretty decent. McCaffrey, McCaffrey finally better late than never.
Is that the Mike Williams out of Clemson or Mike Williams out of SC? Which one?
Clemson.
Was it? Okay.
McCaffrey, John Ross, Patrick Mahomes, Marshawn Lattimore, Deshaun Watson went 12 to Houston. Hassan Riddick.
Oh, that was a good pick.
Yeah, Arizona 13.
Arizona.
Derek Barnett, I don't know who that is. Malik Hooker, Marlon Humphrey, Jonathan Allen. Yeah, so there were some good players. Evan Ingram, 23. Jabril Peppers, 25. White.
There's great players in every round.
TJ Watt. TJ Watt would have been good. Took him at 30.
Oh, yeah. Did he go like in the 20s to Pittsburgh?
He went 30 right before they reached 30. Into Reuben Foster.
Oh, gosh. That was an awful draft.
Awful. Oh, my God, dude. 2 first-round picks, and you took Solomon Thomas and Reuben Foster.
I mean, I thought Foster was going to be pretty good because he was just – but he was had
good.
off-field issues.
He was good. He was a total head case, though.
Yeah, total head case. They've kind of gone away from those head cases. Remember all the guys that were just constantly getting in trouble with the law with the Niners? Like,
yeah. Oh, they were taking total losers, or they would take dudes that had blown out ACLs.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, reclamation project. Like, we can fix this guy. And then he gets injured, and you're like, why is he injured? You're like, because he's fucking always injured. He's injured in college. He had a torn ACL when you drafted him.
So it's going to be interesting, but they're deep.
Trent Baalke, he loved the ACL.
Yeah, now he's at Jacksonville. The Niners go play Jacksonville this year in Jacksonville. It'd be fun to go to a bunch of different stadiums. I've been to Jacksonville, to Green Bay, of course here in Arizona.
I wanted to go to Allegiant in Vegas.
Oh yeah, that would be a good place. I haven't been to SoFi. Have you been to SoFi yet?
I have not been to SoFi, but I got buddies that live down there. Fresh Greg, the Celtics fan, and he's gone to SoFi a couple times, and he says it's just insane.
I've been to the old San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium.
Did you go to SoFi?
No, I haven't been to SoFi. I
mean, just the fact that SoFi is even around just makes Levi's look that more shitty.
Oh yeah, it's really shocking. I mean, they're going to do some upgrades, but it's not going to be visible upgrades. It's going to be the press box and the scoreboard. I mean, why not? I don't know. It's just like
it's a problem. It's just it already looks dated. And
why did they build that there?
I mean, there's a whole thing. There's a whole reason why. Because San Francisco, like, they were trying to get the deal won. I watched a documentary on it the other day. They're trying to get the deal done, and then they actually had a deal, and then the Yorks pulled out and said forget it, and then they went to Santa Clara.
They had a deal. Where was it going to be in San Francisco?
I think they were going to build it on the Candlestick site.
Oh, they were just going to build like in the parking lot and then tear the other stadium down.
It's actually very similar to what happened with the Warriors and how Lakeup wanted to build. He was trying to work out a deal to build in Oakland, and the mayor just kept jerking him around. So he finally said, "Forget it." And then he pulled out, and he bought that site. Like him and his investment team bought that site and just built it with their own dough. Like, we don't even need, like, San Francisco worked with them to purchase the land, but they didn't use any taxpayer dollars to get that thing done. He financed it himself.
I think it would have been cool to build over by the water again, just stay right there, call it New Candlestick. Like Yankee Stadium, we got new Yankee Stadium. They could have built a first class you know.
Well, they probably would have put something like Levi's right there.
Yeah.
Levi, it just didn't have any vision. Like the architecture and the design of Levi's is just shit.
It's kind of
it's boring.
I was gonna say it's kind of boring. Yeah,
it's super boring. I've been there a bunch of times. It's just boring. It has it doesn't have anything that's like exciting about it.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, exactly. It's
when you go to SoFi, I haven't been, but what I've heard is like it's sunken down.
Right.
It's like the whole field is sunken down into the ground. They have the scoreboard is like the whole width of the field. And it's a big circular scoreboard on the inside and on the outside. It's just got a bunch of really cool shit. And I got a couple friends that went to a Legion in Vegas and they say that's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, this Levi's feels like it's like 50 years old and it's only 10 years old.
Yeah. Was it 14 was the first year or something like that?
They should really just knock it down, or they should build a new stadium in San Francisco.
Can they, how tied into Santa Clara are they?
I think they're probably pretty tight. I don't know, but I can imagine they're pretty tied into it.
Yeah.
Does anybody in the chat know?
Dang. That would be actually pretty cool. I would like to see him be in the city. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stadiums that are just, there's just no character to Levi's. It's just, it's the
and they totally fucked up with the orientation with the sun.
Yeah, that and then just all the public transport. It's awful to get there.
It's really tough to get in and out. I normally just park like a mile away and just walk.
I mean, you're better off. You can get there. I think if I was to leave, let's say I lived in Southern California, it's a 2-hour flight almost from Arizona. But if you're in California, like LA, and you want to come to the game versus going from, say, the East Bay somewhere, you could probably get there quicker flying into San Jose and getting on the train that takes you right to the stadium than you could trying to drive.
But then when you leave, the train's a problem because then when you leave, you have to go with the herd. It's just a mess.
Like
I said, I park a mile away and then I just walk. And so when everyone's waiting to get out of the parking lots, I'm just like walking past them and I get in my car and I just get on the freeway.
Yeah.
It's way easier. But yeah, it just really sucks. And Candlestick was hard to get in and out of too.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Candlestick was a bear because you're trapped. You're locked in there trying to get back on the 101. Mm-hmm. It's like, where the heck? It's just like, it's a mess. So we'll see what they do. I mean, I was surprised they got the Super Bowl just because of the venue, but
I guess shocked that the NFL wants to come back.
Yeah, I guess it's all because they're trying to maybe help the city. Whatever.
Help the city.
It's going to benefit San Francisco more than Santa Clara.
What are they going to show all the filth on the streets?
I guess they're going to have to clean it up. Hopefully the
Olympics are coming too.
Up. Yeah.
What are they going to do with all the homeless people who are shooting drugs in their toes?
Yeah, I hope they do something to clean that up.
Like I said, I'm going on Friday. I don't know why, but my wife wants to go up there. She wants to go to the game. And she wants to stay in the city, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I come back.
Ugh.
I know.
Yeah. Well, just watch where you're at. Yeah.
Watch my 6.
Yeah. Do you have a concealed carry permit or?
They don't pass those out in California.
It's kind of a weird thing.
You can't get them in California unless like you're super tight with like the sheriff's department.
I think you can get them up if you're in like Solano County, up there in the Vacaville area. And I know I talked to a realtor up there, and he says, "Oh yeah, they'll give them to you up there." But
not in the South Bay or San Francisco. You're not getting that.
Jeez,
pepper spray. Yeah. Just carry the pepper spray.
Pepper spray. There you go. Yeah. While the guy that wants to do you in is got a knife or a gun himself. Yeah.
So we'll see. I'll let you know. Yeah. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you're going to see a good game. Baltimore, good team. So.
Yeah, she wants. She's got like this thing where she wants to see every team in person.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So Baltimore We haven't seen Baltimore yet.
Yeah, orange and black against orange and black.
Baltimore's they're playing well this year.
Yeah, they're a good
Giants
young
are playing
team.
well, so it should be a good team.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, hey, anyway, we've been going 3 hours, so I'm gonna I gotta get running. I got, get back to work tomorrow stuff. So
for sure.
But hey, thanks for joining, everybody.
Yeah,
thanks to Ryan and Sean. If you guys hit that like and subscribe button, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Hit the like button, though. Helps the algorithms. And then also tell your friends about NorCal Sports Network. We'll do these collabs, these kind of, just low key, time to time. We like to talk sports, but there's a lot of other stuff. It's just kind of have fun. We'll just kind of be in each other's living rooms and just kind of have a wrap, and just chatting, and maybe we'll do some best top 10 list of this movies, or best top 10 food, top 10 all-time who's your whatever. We'll come up with stuff.
Yeah,
we'll have some fun. But always good to have you, Sean.
Yes, thanks, Dan.
Have a great time Friday night. If we don't talk before then,
we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Yep.
Yeah, I tell you, I put 50 down today on. I think I told you that, right?
Yeah.
On the
16-1.
16-1. Yeah. Did you see Casey Schmidt? He went from plus 3,500 to 4,200 on the rookie of the year. I don't understand that. I thought when I looked at it, I thought, oh, he's probably about 2,500. I bet now.
Why did he go? I haven't really kept up with the other rookies, but if he
I know Outman, who was listed second, is struggling. So
yeah, I think it's a good bet.
Yeah,
I think it's good value.
Hey, Chardal, I just said we're just wrapping up right now, Chardal. It's 11 o'clock. We're going to end this, but catch me this week, Chardal. Maybe we'll maybe Thursday. I think the Giants, do they have a day game Thursday? I think it probably do again. No, they're off Thursday. They play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday against the Pirates. They're off Thursday. That's right. So maybe Wednesday or something. But I got to run. And Sean, thanks again. Too. All right. We'll see you guys. Everybody have a good week. Look for the Giants post-game show tomorrow night, probably about 9 to 9:30. So be looking for it on YouTube. We'll put it out. Also put it out on Twitter. Have a good night, everybody.
Bam.